Woo! Listen. That's right. Hit the like button. We back in here. It's Saturday evening. Look, I worked all day, but I wanted to go live. A couple things I haven't been doing. Welcome to the show. There's a couple things I haven't been doing that I've been saying I need to start doing. So, as y'all see, the title, Spider-Man versus the Pseudos. Man. Well, I'll tell y'all, let's get the show cranking. Y'all get in here, hit the like button. Let's get it cranked up. Let's go. Hit that like button, y'all. Freddie Mercury, y'all. This is Queen. Another one bites the dust. Let's go. Steve walks down the street with the big pool way down low. Ain't no sound but the sound of speed. Machine gun ready to blow. Are you ready? Hey, are you ready? This. Are you hanging on the edge of your seat? Out of the doorway, the bullets rip. To the sound of the beat. Another one bites the dust. Another one bites the dust. And another one gone, and another one gone. Another one bites the dust. Hey, we're gonna get you too. Another one bites the dust. What up, Dream? They going down today. All them pseudos. Spider-Man is my favorite character. To the sound of the beat. Ow! Another one bites the dust. Another one bites the dust. And another one gone, and another one gone. Another one bites the dust. Hey, I'm gonna get you too. Another one bites the dust. That's right. Get in here, y'all. Hit that like button. Let's fill this place up. Oh, take it. Fill this place up, man. Fill it up. Let's go. Camera one. Bites the dust. Another one bites the dust. Another one bites the dust. Another one bites the dust. Chew up camera one. Plenty of ways that you can hurt a man and bring him to the ground. You can beat him, you can cheat him, you can treat him bad, you leave him when he's down. But I'm ready, yes, I'm ready for you. I'm standing on my own to beat. Oh, man, it's always something. That's enough. That's enough of you, Freddie Mercury. Look, y'all, it's always something. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. I had everything queued up. I had everything going right. And as soon as I hit the stream, right, stuff start wanting to act crazy. All right? Because I tried something new today. All right, I wanted to try something new. All right, but now let's go to preview mode. All right. Ah, man. It's crazy. So, all right. We ain't even gonna trip. We ain't even gonna trip. Boom. All right, y'all.
Marvel Spider-Man 2. Press cross button to start.
Hold on. Wait a minute. Let me mute that out. All right, y'all. Listen. Assault went live today. He did his Bantu Sumerian thing. I worked all day. I tried to catch some of it. American Dream, I see y'all getting busy in the Discord, man. I'm gonna have to come in there and boom, boom, boom. We're gonna start going live in there. We might as well. You feel me? But I love it. I love it. I love it. It's been picking up. It's been picking up. If y'all ain't in the Discord, man, join the Discord. We got some real smart people in there, and they've been hammering some things out. So, you know, Ngozi is in a war right now, and in there, they making them work a little bit in there. Gullah is in there, right? Gullah and Ngozi is going back to back. You know, we got we got Juju in there watching. We got a couple Egyptians and North Africans in there, so it's a real lively conversation. I'm tuned in. Look, we got Astro 87 in there. I don't know how to say Fayomic name, right? Let me see. If somebody, my Medunetta is horrible. Hold on. Let me see. Let me see how to say this name. But it's Brooklyn 12. Brooklyn 12, how do we say your name? It's like a P. I think that's Coptic. I think he spelled his name in Coptic because it has Greek and hieroglyphic characters. Let me see. I don't know how to spell his name, y'all, but listen, he been going to war in there. I had a little dust up in there earlier. Well, a couple days ago, I had a little dust up. It was something light. It was light. It wasn't nothing I couldn't handle. I was just poking around. Boom. So, all right, let me drop the Discord link, man. If y'all ain't in there, jump in there, right? We're going to build that Discord up. We're going to put a lot of resources in there. That's what we're going for, right? So, hold on. Let me go to the Discord. Let me grab the link. Boom. Let me close that down, man. That thing been jumping all for the last couple days. I don't know what happened that made everybody go in there and just started tearing each other up. Hey, appreciate that American Dream. See, American Dream even know how to be a goddamn moderator. That's crazy. Appreciate that. Hey, y'all join up, man. That's where we're going to be hanging at most of the time, all right? That's where we're going to be hanging at. That's where we keep these conversations going at, all right? So, got a lot going on, all right? I really don't have a show tonight, y'all. I really don't. I just made the thumbnail because I said when I go home, I said I'm going to definitely, I had Spider-Man for the Spider-Man 2. I had it for 4.5 months and never played it. It's crazy, right? That just shows how super busy I've been, right? I have all kind of video game systems, all right? I have PlayStation, Xbox. I got Steam accounts. I got Nvidia Shields. I have Steam. I even got a Steam machine. Yeah, so I'm a video game enthusiast. If y'all can see that shelf to the back of me, right? I've been playing video games for a long time. I still got some of the first systems and stuff that my parents brought me when I was a little kid, right? I got one for y'all. Check this out. Who remembers the Power Glove? I still got my Power Glove. It's dusty, right? I went into my mother's attic years ago, right? And I said, man, she kept all of this stuff, right? I've been moved out and had kids and had my own family. And I go back over my mother's house and she still got all of my stuff. Look at that. The Power Glove. Man, when I was little, I couldn't even fit this thing. All right? Look at that. The Power Glove. This wasn't even fun, yo. This wasn't even fun. It probably cost a bunch of money, and we only used this thing probably 4 times. It's crazy. The regular controller was way better, all right? The regular controller was way better. The joystick controller. But this was a nice gimmick. Got your parents to spend money for no reason. Look, she even still, right? And me and my sister, we had 2 of these, right? We had this one, and then we had the second one, which was orange. It was orange handle, right? And we used to love playing duck hunt. All right? All this shit dusty. But I'm going to take y'all back. I'm going to just show y'all how spoiled I was. I was the spoiled kid, trust me. It was crazy. That's why I still got all this stuff to this day. Because it's in me. All right? Who remembers Rob the Robot? Yeah, he used to put the controller in his hand, right? And he could play, he had 2 games with him, right? And he could play these 2 games against you, right? It was crazy. Rob the Robot, right? So if you didn't have a sibling or something or somebody to play with, they came out with things like this that will play along with you. It was genius, right? Way ahead of his time. But this was Rob the Robot. Rob the Robot could actually play a couple games with you. It was fun. All right. All right. Now, that's the that was all from the NES, right? But the NES had a competitor, right? Being a spoiled kid like me, right? I even got its competitor, right? It really wasn't that big in the United States, but I used to be subscribed to a gaming magazine. And the magazine used to come to the house every 4 months. I remember I was in elementary school. And the gaming magazine used to come every 4 months, right? And so you had Sega, right? So Sega came out with one of its first home systems, right? To actually compete with Nintendo, right? And they had some good games on there, but most people don't know or this stuff's super dusty, y'all. I'm sorry. Most people ain't figure out about Sega or learn about Sega into the Sega Genesis. Is 16 bit console, right? But before that, competing with the regular Nintendo, the NES, Sega came out with its computer, its Master System. And this Master System was supposed to go up against the Commodore 64 and the Nintendo, right? So this was the Sega Master System. And it was, look, it was this shit dusty. I'm gonna clean all this stuff off and I'm gonna set up a gaming shelf, right? So I can show y'all all, I got everything. It's crazy. Right? But anywho, this was the Master System. And the Master System was pretty dope, right? A lot of people didn't have it. But the Master System, if you had a Nintendo, Nintendo had a lot more games at the time. So Nintendo just, oh man, that Mario. And then when Mario 2 and 3 came out, it was over for the Master System. But the Master System, the Sega Master System, had some fire games on it, right? Kid Icarus was fun as hell. I used to love Kid Icarus. Kid Icarus, what else? Kung Fu Kid. That was pretty dope. Yeah, so dope stuff. But I can go on and on. I'm gonna go up into the attic and get all of my stuff that I left at my mother's house, and it is crazy. But I go to and then see, yeah, the Sega Genesis, when that came out, it was just like Sega just, oh man, Sega took off. So Nintendo won. Shinobi was fire. Revenge of Shinobi was even better. Hey, Chris, Shinobi on the Xbox, the regular Xbox, the first Xbox that came out, it was a Shinobi that came out on there. And that Shinobi was probably the hardest game to ever beat. That game, oh my God, you could have an aneurysm trying to beat Shinobi on the Xbox. Play the Xbox version of Shinobi. Man, that game, like, I don't know what was in their head to make that game that difficult. Jesus. Crazy. But yeah, look, video games, man. I'm an avid video game player. You know, even to this day, I have every system and systems that y'all probably never even heard of. My bad. It wasn't Shinobi. My bad. It wasn't Shinobi. My bad. I'm getting Shinobi mixed up with Ninja Gaiden. Ninja Gaiden. It was Ninja Gaiden. I'm sorry. Ninja Gaiden on Xbox. The first Xbox. Ninja Gaiden. It was Ninja Gaiden, Chris. My bad. I always get Shinobi and yeah, it was Ninja Gaiden. Ninja Gaiden on Xbox. Man, that game is sick. And even if you play it now, the graphics still holds up. The graphics still holds up on Ninja Gaiden on Xbox. Crazy. You dig what I'm saying? I could play that game nowadays and look at the graphics and it don't look like it was made in 2000. It is crazy good, right? And I think they have a remastered version. Man, it's crazy. Ninja Gaiden, and I never beat it. I couldn't beat it. That shit was hard as hell. Crazy, right? But yeah, I'm an avid video game player, man. That's what I do. So I said, man, I need to start playing some of my games again, right? Clear my mind. But I still want to go live with y'all. So I said, you know what would be dope? That we can hang out, kick the knowledge, right? And I can still play my video games. All right? So let's do this.
We're ready. Are you good?
There you go, Chris. Ryu
Promise me
Habusa.
something.
Anything?
If this doesn't work, take me out.
All right, let's do this.
You're
Let's,
about to enter the control center.
No, I don't want to do that.
Car controls. Home. Cards. Marvel Spider-Man 2.
I don't have a lot of time left. I want a
Right,
chance
so
to say
this
goodbye.
is Spider-Man 2, right? Now this is the Miles Morales with Peter Parker, y'all. They're saying that this is the best game
I will never
this
let
year.
you go.
All right. This supposed to be the best game this year, y'all. So we'll see. Hold on.
You're
I
about
know.
to enter the control center. We've prepared a brief tour of some of
Stop that. I know that.
cards. Main mission.
Come on, man. Be
Surface
quiet.
tension. About 35 minutes. 0%. Hints inside. But Marvel Spider-Man 2.
Yeah.
Have a bell for a reason? Take your seats.
Resume. Vertical list. 1 of 7. Cross button. Select. Circle button. Close.
Anyway.
Resume. Vertical list. 1 of 7. Cross button. Select.
I know the
Circle
first
button.
one
Close.
was great, right? The first one was fire.
Resume. Vertical list. 1 of 7. Cross button. Select. Circle button.
Hold
Close.
on, my girl texting me something crazy. Hey, for your information, Doug's in the living room. I can't take Dutch and all that noise he's making. So let me know when you're.
Resume. Vertical list. 1 of 7. Cross button. Select. Circle button. Close.
All right, so the first one was fire, right? That game was awesome. But then Miles Morales, fire. It was shorter, but it was fire. All of the advancements in the Miles Morales, and now they came out with this one, and they saying this one is the best game this year. And I had it since it came out, but I never got a chance to play it, right? Because I've been doing so much other stuff. So
Resume. Vertical list. 1 of 7.
we just gonna
Cross
kick it with
button.
Spider-Man,
Select. Circle
Peter
button.
Parker,
Close.
and Miles Morales, and we're gonna beat up some Pseudos. I mean, because there's so many different things we can do with this channel. I have every setup and configuration to put on different shows. All right, so let's go. Y'all, get in the Discord. Let's see what's up with Miles. Look at Miles. And the fact, look, y'all.
Take screenshot to move. Press the left and right buttons.
Come on, stop.
Save. Take screenshot to move. Press the left
Look,
and right buttons.
even the fact that they,
Press
you know,
cross to select.
even though that they did they made Miles Morales black. Oh, they did the black Spider-Man is even more dope. You know what I mean? So it's dope, y'all. Just to have the black Spider-Man. He's young, he's hip, he swings around New York in Jordans. He fights crime in J's, right? So that's just dope. Y'all can see him. He got a fade and some dreads on the top of his head. He's actually multi-ethnic. You know, he's African American and he's Puerto Rican. So he's an Afro-Puerto Rican, right? And he's from New York, so it's giving you everything that it needs to give you. And then you have the regular Spider-Man, Peter Parker, which is a white American. So you have black, Latin, and white. That makes up the majority of the United States. I think that they hit a home run with this game, right? And this is my first time about to play it, but the concept around it, the character development, just to have all three of the major ethnicities in the United States represented, right? In one game is amazing. You have Latinos represented. You have African Americans represented. You got white Americans represented in one game. Character development, they get a thumbs up just for that. All right, just for that alone, they get a thumbs up. Then all of the cultural relevancy. Most youth nowadays is wearing Jordans. Miles Morales, he swings through New York City in Jordans. He listens to the latest music. Most of the time he got his AirPods on. You dig what I'm saying? So he might be listening to, who knows, Kendrick Lamar. He looked like he listens to Kendrick Lamar, right? If I had to judge, I would say Miles Morales probably listens to Kendrick Lamar. All right? So let's go.
Marvel Spider-Man 2.
Good morning, class. We have a new teacher joining us today.
Hi. My name's Pete. Mr. Mr. Parker. And we are all very lucky today, because this is physics class, and physics is awesome. Ever wonder how some insects and
Elder Ring, I'm on it.
reptiles can just run right across a pond? 2 words. Surface tension. Bathroom? Okay.
Look at Spider-Man, y'all. Ain't that crazy?
Now, surface tension is all about cohesion. Now, in equation form, surface tension, gamma.
Spider-Man was my favorite
force
character.
exerted parallel to the
Just
surface of the
imagine when I was young if Spider-Man would have been
F
black.
divided
Oh,
by
man.
the length.
Listening to
L,
the Wu-Tang
the line
Clan?
over which the force acts. Can anybody? I need your help. Mr. Morales, is it? Are you sure this isn't something you can handle yourself?
I'm sure.
Okay, class. Read chapter 4 or 5 or whatever. Miles, I need this job.
You said I'm about to fight Sandman?
Go on, I'm gonna get fired.
I know, but you gotta I'm with it. Sandman is gonna be a saw. Right? This is the first pseudo that we gonna go get. Let's go.
Marco, why today? I'm so getting fired.
This is so dope, y'all.
Hold R2 button. Swing. Release
Gotcha.
R2 button. Hold R2 button.
Principal Evans
Swing.
already hates me for being late this morning. Bro, I told you to be on
R2
time.
button.
It's
Hold
fine.
R2 button.
We'll be
Swing.
back before we know it.
Good, because I have my
Release
college
R2
application
button.
review with the school counselor.
Hold R2 button. Swing.
You finished your essay?
Haven't
Hold
started.
R2 button. Swing.
Oh, well, let's get to the city and
R2
take
button.
care of Marco quick then. Hey, MJ.
Hey guys, you might want to get downtown fast.
Swinging through Brooklyn.
Cross button. Web
Jameson
exit.
had you on the ground for the bugle?
Still can't believe old Triple J is your new
Cross
boss.
button. Web exit.
Really loving the new regime.
You'll whip him into shape in no time.
Cross
So,
button. Web
what's up with
exit.
Marco? Been
Cross
years
button.
since our
Jump.
last
Then hold
showdown.
R2 button.
According to
Swing.
witnesses, he was running down Broadway yelling nonsense. They say he seemed angry and paranoid, delusional. He just exploded.
Man,
Cross button.
hopefully
Jump.
we can
Then
calm him
hold
down.
R2 button.
I've seen
Swing.
people lose control like this. Be careful.
Good thing there are 2
Cross
Spider-Men
button.
now.
Jump. Then
luck.
hold R2 button.
Thanks,
Swing.
MJ.
Might need the new tech we've been cooking up too.
No way. They're untested. Barely prototypes.
But you brought him, right?
No comment.
Let's see what's going on.
Cross button. Jump. Then hold R2 button. Swing. Hold R2 button. Cross button. Swing jump. Hold R2 button. Cross button. Swing jump. Hold R2 button. Cross button. Swing jump.
Here we go.
Look out!
Circle button. Dodge.
You okay?
Yeah, but I think we found him. Marco!
That's
Circle
it,
button.
man?
Dodge.
MJ wasn't kidding. We gotta help him before he hurts someone. Or
Circle
himself.
button. Dodge. Hold L1 button. R1
Maybe
button.
he's
Field
hungry.
objects.
Should toss the big guy a
L1
snack!
button. L1 button. R1. L1.
Let's send that debris right back to
Circle
him!
button. Dodge.
Dang! Alright. Fuck you up now.
Circle button. Dodge.
I dodged it! What the hell? Let's go.
That arm looks dangerous!
Circle button. Dodge. Down directional button. Heal.
He's really lost at this time! We gotta stop him! Quick!
Circle button. Dodge.
He's winding up, bro.
Circle button. Dodge. L1 button. R1.
Forgot how much sand hurts!
Circle button. Dodge. L1 button.
Open wide!
L1 button. Circle button. Dodge. L1 button. L1 button.
What's the plan?
L1
Keep him
button.
busy!
L1 button.
I got an
Circle
idea!
button. Dodge. Triangle button. Web strike. L1 triangle button. Zip to target.
Oh, crap. Still angry after all these years, Marco? You should try yoga! Must be more of a Pilates guy.
Left
was your
stick
idea?
plus R2
Never said it was a
button.
good one! Supposed to be a normal day.
Left stick
Physics!
plus
Have
R2
awkward
button.
conversations in the teacher's lounge!
Triangle button. Hold R2 button. Swing.
Spider-Man! Think you can sign for this delivery? It's coming in hot!
Hold R2
I'm
button.
there.
Swing.
I got him! Mini Marcos? I wish I could do that.
Alright.
Square button. Attack.
Set Mr. Airstick down. But not before he bonked on my suit.
He's not the only one. Sandman just puked out some new friends.
What the? Did you do that?
Apparently. Need you now.
Mr. Parker,
I'm sorry, who's this?
Principal Evans.
Of course, Principal.
All students have evacuated their classroom. Where are you? Mr. Parker!
I just forgot something in my car.
What was that?
Nothing. I'm just.
L1 button. Plus. Square button. Spider barrage. L1 button. Plus. Square button. Spider barrage. Attack and defense recharge abilities like
Oh, I
spider
remember
barrage.
that.
Once fully recharged, they can be used again. Press
Y'all
cross
remember
button
that?
to continue.
From that's the suit that
Attack and defense recharge abilities like spider barrage. Once
That's
fully
the
recharged,
suit
they can be
that,
used again. Press cross button to continue.
Iron Man, Tony Stark's gave to him
Attack
in that
and
last
defense recharge
Avengers,
abilities
remember
like
that?
spider barrage.
The one
Once
with
fully
the kill
recharged, they
switch
can be
on
used
it.
again.
Awesome.
Press cross button
Alright.
to continue. L1 button plus square button spider barrage.
I'm just running back right now.
Get back here and supervise your students, or else.
That does not sound good.
Come on, Peter.
Left stick target select L1 button plus square button spider
Almost
barrage.
there. How you holding up?
L1 button plus
Miles?
square button
Principal
spider
Evans
barrage.
called.
Left stick, target
Am I
select.
getting expelled?
Hey, you're just cutting
Left
class.
stick, target
I
select.
abandoned students during a citywide emergency.
Yeah, you're screwed.
Sandman,
I always hated
Yo
that
said
name.
Venom was a blackologist.
I know you're angry
That
at
is
me.
This
hilarious.
has nothing to do with you. Leave me alone!
I want to help you. But it's gonna hurt first.
L1 button, R1 button.
Come on, Miles. Miles' turn.
Guess he wasn't happy to reconnect.
Yeah, he's not really the nostalgic type.
Let me go, or I'll kill you.
He's not listening. We gotta turn it up a notch.
Miles'
Now.
turn, y'all. Watch
He
the
hates
blacks.
water. His shoulder's already wet.
L1,
Bet he's not a big fan of electricity
L1
then
button.
either.
L1 button, triangle button, zip to target. Triangle button, zip to target.
It's another Spider-Man now. This is Black
All
Spider-Man.
right. We need more water, though.
I'll hit him with webs while I get sparky.
I'll keep the water flowing in the meantime.
R1 button, shoot webs.
You want
R1
more?
button, fire web shooters.
My
R1
webs
button,
will slow
shoot
him down.
webs. Triangle button, zip to target.
Done. Take your shot.
Triangle button, zip to target. Rapidly press, square button, strike. R1 button, fire web shooters. R1 button, fire web shooters. Triangle button, zip to target. Rapidly press, square button, strike.
Somebody order some water.
Triangle button, hold, R2 button, swing. Triangle button, zip to target.
Hey! Spider-Man, watch out! You okay?
Let's go.
Thought I lost you there.
Can't get rid of me that easy. Time for Genki to work his magic.
Triangle button, zip to
Genki,
target.
you there? Dude, nuts. I know, man. But listen, we need a big water source by Wall Street.
Let me check the grid. Stay safe, dude. You too, Mr. Parker.
Will do. Wait, what? He knows?
Genki knows all. Plus, we were super weird in class earlier.
I knew I never should have taught at a gifted school.
We ain't catching me with that.
Time
Triangle
for
button,
face
zip
to
to
face.
target. Rapidly press, square button, strike. R1 button, fire web shooters.
Here it comes.
Triangle button, zip to target. Rapidly press,
Pull
square
up my
button,
bar
strike.
stand. Give him today's forecast, Spider-Man.
100% chance of rain.
Triangle button, zip
Got
to
it right
target.
where we want him.
Hold, R2 button, plus, cross button, then release, charge jump.
Guys, the water tank on the Matheson building should do the trick. We're talking 10,000 gallons here.
Let's go.
Got it. Thanks, Genki.
Should have stayed away, spiders.
Still think we got him right where we want him?
I admit I may have spoken
Circle button, dodge. Circle button, dodge.
The water tank!
Man. This is crazy.
Spider-Man?
A saw, Imhotep.
Just wanted to live normal, like everyone else.
Yeah, this is a hard desert.
The way, Marco.
For a guy like me, there is no other way.
L1 button, plus, square button, venom punch.
This is getting out of hand!
Left stick, target select.
What happened? I ended up outside! Just keep going,
Left
help me
stick,
shoot
target
through!
select.
The water tanks are only shot!
Circle button, dodge ranged attack. Triangle button, web strike. Left stick, target select. L1 button, R1 button, hold, pull. L1 button, R1 button, hold, pull.
Where are you, Pete?
Get back here.
Stay inside! Guess he's busy.
L2 button, plus, R2
Gonna be a
button,
long
zip
day
to
if we
point.
don't get that water tank.
This is your focus bar. Heal by using a full focus bar. Fill your focus bar by attacking and defending. Press
Keep
cross
it moving,
button to
Miles.
continue.
Y'all forgot I was a spider?
I just wanted a regular life.
You can still have one!
It's too late now.
Oh, man!
L2 button, plus, R2 button, zip to point. Finishers are devastating attacks that cost at least one full focus bar. Build focus by attacking and dodging enemies. Press cross button to continue.
Why couldn't Marco just make sandcastles instead? Ma, everything okay? I'm with Pete.
I know. You're on every channel.
L1 button,
I'm headed
plus, square
downtown to
button,
help
venom
coordinate
punch.
resources and supplies. He's Yankee covering for you at
Triangle button, circle
He is.
button, finisher.
But I got this meeting with my counselor later, and the principal thinks that I'm
Triangle
talk to
button,
your
circle
principal,
button,
but
finisher.
New York needs you right now.
coolest mom ever.
Please, be careful. Te quiero, mijo.
Left stick,
Like
target
Mom
select.
said, can't let New York
L1
down.
button, R1 button, hold, pull. Triangle button, web strike. Left stick, target select. Triangle button, circle button, finisher.
Miles got more combos than a little bitch, y'all.
I don't care.
Wish I could just write about this for my essay. I'd get into any college I wanted. Or Spider-Man would. Right. Brainstorm later, Miles. Focus.
Triangle button, circle button, finisher. L1 button, plus, square button, venom punch.
How's it going, Spider-Man?
Triangle
Almost
button,
there.
circle button, finisher.
Water tank's ours!
L1 button, R1 button, hold, pull.
Actually, it's his now.
Triangle button, zip to target.
Let's take him down.
What I missed? He's trying to eat me! Let's get my drink instead! Did we do it?
Man, crazy.
Nope.
Y'all called him the Sahara Desert. The Sahara Man.
Break out the new toys!
The suit's last software patch wasn't stable, but here goes nothing.
Press triangle button, web wings.
The web wings? They're flying!
But we're not out of this yet. Marco's in
To
Pier
hold,
4
triangle
Beach.
button, to glide.
What happens if he gets all that sand?
Think he just did. Gonna need you ASAP, Miles.
Yeah, I see him all right. I'm right behind you.
Miles? Miles!
Left stick down, glide up. Web wings controls can be inverted in game settings. Press
What did I just
triangle
get
button,
myself
web wings.
into? You've got to calm down, Marco. Innocent people are in danger.
Care about them,
Circle button,
not
touch.
me. They wouldn't listen to Marco. They can't ignore Sandman.
Triangle button, zip to target.
Hey y'all, we just hanging out. I'm with y'all though. Watch.
Any ideas?
This just the beginning of the game. They really showing me how to use the controls and everything, and how to fight, and how to maneuver around New York City.
Use a full focus bar to either heal or perform a devastating finisher. Press cross button to continue. Full focus bar, down directional
Marco's
button,
storm is
heal, triangle
generating a
button,
lot of
circle button,
electricity.
finisher.
What happens to the surface tension of sand if you turn up
L1
the
button,
voltage?
plus, square button,
You're right.
spider barrage.
Like when I ducked a mini.
L,
A plus. You
Down
absorb
directional
enough
button,
energy.
heal.
I'll shoot it right at him.
You want me to get hit by lightning?
Down
Can you
directional button,
handle it?
heal.
Only one way to find out. You're done.
L1, L1. Down directional button, heal. Down directional button, heal.
Yeah, you're gonna redirect the lightning
L1
bolt.
button, R1
Like you
button,
said,
hold,
gotta
pull.
break out the toys.
L1 button, plus, square button, spider barrage. L1 button, R1 button, hold, pull. Triangle button, circle button, finisher. L1 button, R1 button, hold, pull. Left stick, target select. L1 button, L1 button. Triangle button, circle button, finisher. L1 button, R1 button, hold, pull.
Now we're never
L2
done,
button,
man.
plus, R2 button, zip to point.
Why won't you just give up?
Because we promised to protect this city.
Triangle button, zip to target. L1 button, circle button.
Yes.
I have sand.
Your mama. Good, I can't complain. What I look like? Meters.
Marco, it's
What's
gonna
up?
be okay.
I haven't been okay for a long
Babe, how
time.
you doing? Where y'all at?
You need help, all you have to do is ask.
Tina, stop.
You're the ones who are gonna need help when they come for you.
What? Where y'all at?
Come for us.
Ain't nobody tell me shit. And fruitcake. Uncle Ronald. Hey, girl. In the house. Happy birthday. Why you ain't tell me about your party? No, I did. I swear to God, I ain't know.
Fate you will not share.
I got you. I got you.
In your shadow for hours, but you sense
Hell no. Hell no.
pathetic.
I'm sorry, y'all. That was my family. My family had FaceTime me while I was on the phone with y'all. Crazy.
I asked for an equal. And this is what you find.
Look, I ain't had nothing to do. Listen.
Sir,
I ain't have no. Hold on.
a new hunting ground.
Resume. Vertical list.
Look,
1
I
of
didn't
7.
have
Cross
no
button. Select. Circle button.
nothing
Close.
to do, right? I didn't have.
Vertical list. 1 of 7. Cross button. Select. Circle button.
I didn't have no show planned. I didn't have nothing, right? And I said, man, I still want to kick it with y'all. So I said, I might as well play some video games while I kick it with y'all. Hell, it's not going that smooth, but we in here. All right. But yeah, like I said, I ain't had no show. I seen Asar go live earlier with the Bantu what was it? Damn, it's 10 o'clock. It was the Bantu and Sumerian joint, right? I watched a little bit of it. Asar be losing me when he start doing his cognates and all of that. The Equalizer 2, you just saying the Equalizer 2, Juju? That's crazy. That shit old as I don't know what. But yeah, so I didn't have a show planned. But I will say Garfield had a bombing interview. I don't know why he split it up like that, man. He had a good interview with a guy who wrote a book about Farad Muhammad, right? And who is Farad Muhammad? I think the guy was a college professor, right? And researcher. So, you know, he had a lot of good information talking about Farad. One of the things that he brought out was that more than likely he was of Greek extraction, right? So that was dope. You know what I mean? Yeah, so that was dope. I think I watched that interview twice. I was gonna do a show on it, but I said I don't want to do a show and jump the gun so quick, right? I said I'm gonna wait to the second part of the interview that's coming out Tuesday on Brother Garfield's podcast, man. Garfield been doing some hell of interviews lately. I like where his channel is going at right now. He need to keep it up. Garfield, look, if you need any help, right, with production or anything, for it to run smoother. Let me know if you see anything that I'm doing that you think could enhance what you're doing. Just let me know. You got my number. Hit me up because I like where you at right now, and I like what you doing, right? You cleaning your whole situation up. That's fire. Yeah, what you doing is fire. Getting away from all of the nonsense, and focusing on interviewing professionals. Yeah, I like what you doing. That's a dope lane. I know you come from what we do, right? But it's time for you to elevate, right? Before your channel, before you had that little scuffle or whatever where, you went for weeks doing a bunch of craziness. Before that, right? Your channel was one of the fastest growing channels in our community, right? Yeah. So you was already doing good. So I think you took 2 steps back with that beef that you had, but you seem like you on the right track now. So I like what you're doing. I'm tuned in. All right. For the nonsense and the shenanigans, we still here. You dig? I got you. If y'all want nonsense and shenanigans, I'm your huckleberry. All right, I got y'all. But Garfield, you need to go do what you doing because that's fire what you doing. Right? Yeah, keep up the good work. That's a dope lane. What else? So yeah, that's been the main thing that I've been tuned into. Check out Sosa World. When Sosa does a million things. So when Sosa he's like me, he get into spurts where he can stream. All right. So but check out Sosa World. Sosa got a dope conversation that he had. Hood intellectual. I love it. So what else we got? So yeah, that's all that's been going on. Like I said, we got our Discord up and jumping. I need a couple more people over there to help me get everything right. Clean some stuff up. Brendan, where you at? I need a little bit of help in the Discord. I actually need CK. CK is missing. I need CK. Y'all don't realize how instrumental CK Lord Nerdy Tail is, yo. CK is a nerd, yo. The good type of nerd, though. The hood type of nerd. She's into everything. She's into gaming. That's why she put us on to the Discord, because she's a gamer, right? I actually follow CK on Twitch, right? She got a Twitch channel, if y'all don't know, and I actually follow CK on Twitch, and I watch her play her games and stuff on there. She don't know I be watching, but I be watching, right? I'm tuned in, y'all. I'm tuned in. Yeah, we got on the pseudo killers. We got Juju and Anthony, right? They stay kicking it. With the information and the shows on the Cosmos. So yeah, it's dope. I left too early, but when did I leave? In our back chat, Kyle. Look, I'm in a fire back chat with Kyle and Chris Harris and them. Look, y'all, that back chat is dope. Listen, Kyle, jump into the carnivorous Discord, man. I need you and Chris and them in there, and I need y'all to pull the people that's in our chat over to the Discord, man, because they need to see the type of conversations that we be having on that back chat with y'all, because that's enough. Man, I'm in so many dope situations in this in this community, man. I'm trying to tap everybody in. I'm trying to connect everybody like Voltron. You dig? I'm trying to connect everybody, man. Man, y'all just don't know how we can get to the information if we all work together. You dig? But like I said, I ain't had no show. But I can throw up. It's crazy that every time that I go live, something go wrong. So let's see if I can get this back up and running. Just to see cam full link 2. Let's go to sources. Camera. Cam full link 2. I don't know. I'm just trying some stuff, man. I had another camera on here, but it's been acting crazy, y'all. I'ma figure it out. But yeah, man, I ain't got nothing going on, man. I was gonna sit here and play some video games, but y'all not feeling it. You know. I don't know. Let me throw up a Zoom. Maybe y'all can spark something. Maybe y'all could spark something for me. Get it popping. I know I'm hungry as a mug. Let's see what y'all got. Okay, you on Twitch. I'm gonna have to check you out. Do you have your own channel on Twitch? I think I'm gonna start twitching. Hey, look, I tried to tell y'all you wasn't here in the beginning. Look, you wasn't here in the beginning when I was. You wasn't here in the beginning when I was showing Rob the robot and them, right? My mother, she had a box full of my stuff that she never threw away. It was crazy with parents. You know what I mean? Like, man, crazy. Nostalgic. Trust me. Look, I showed the Power Glove, right? The Nintendo gun. Look, my mother kept everything. She kept everything, man. I got so much stuff. I was the kid who had everything. She even got an old power pad, still wrapped up in the in the attic. I don't know why she kept all of that stuff, but I'm glad she did. Um, super glad she did. All right. Now I could show y'all all the stuff I got. It is crazy. I think we got my man Stu Pease coming in the building.
Big up my brother Chef Freddy. Big up, big up, big up, big up, big
What's
up,
up with you?
big up.
What's up? What's up with you? What's
Oh
going
God.
on? Wagwan, wagwan.
Well, the other day I saw you playing some Bob Marley. I was saying to myself, what? What's Chef Freddy up to? What's him playing Bob Marley? You know,
Listen,
you know.
my uncle was a huge Bob Marley fan. My uncle was a hippie. He was a stoner. So was my parents. So, they come out of that era. So, all of that type of music was playing when I was a child. So that's a part of my childhood.
No, no, I understand you, but you will run afoul of the ADOS and the FBA community. How are you highlighting non-black people? Because you know that Caribbean people are not black. You know that, right?
Yeah, you gonna have to go talk to Garfield and the pseudo killers about Caribbean people not being black and Cedric and them. Them niggas they are doing something new over there. Like they have fun with that. You know what I mean? Have fun with that. Cause I don't understand it. Right? The fact that Asar and Smash and Reggie and them can make you start denying people is black and all kind of nutty, like crazy. Yeah.
No. At one point, I was so engulfed in the thing that I went and I did research. I found almost two books. I found three incidents in
Mhm.
like the 1500s where people were referring to people in Jamaica as black, as Negro, right? Three Finger Jack was referred to as black. Other people in Jamaica was referred to as black. The first black person from Jamaica who went to Oxford College, he was referred to as Black Dog, not Negro Dog. And when I hear people saying that black, if you're saying that black is a result of the transatlantic slave trade, I can partially agree with you. But black is a result of colonization. Before the colonizers, nobody in Africa was being referred to as black. I don't think the Egyptians refer to themselves as black
I agree.
before outsiders came in.
No,
But
I agree. I agree with that.
when I heard that the only black people were North American, who Africans who got transported to United States of America, not North America, to the United States, that those are the only black people. I said, seriously? That's the conversation we're having? Isn't that what you heard also?
Yes,
Resume
yes.
vertical lift 1 of
Listen,
7. Cross button.
my
Select.
bad.
Circle button. Close.
Let me mute that. Yeah, that's the conversation, and they listen. They got a way of explaining anything. I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. I don't even feel like arguing with them niggas no more over it.
No, that's how I become the argumentative Jamaican. And then I realized that I need to shut up some more and just let people run with what they're running with, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because even slavery as we know it today, slavery as it existed with the colonizer. I don't think probably some of the Arabs during the Arab slave trade might did have um, that kind of slavery where children born to slaves were slaves.
Mm-hmm.
But even in other cultures, you might have been first generation slave. But by the time you're second or third generation, you're part of the community. The Romans had slaves, but many of the Roman slaves' children became Roman citizens. The Egyptians had slaves, but I don't think they had shot that slavery into into forever. What the word? Perpetuity.
Perpetuity. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think the Romans and the Egyptians and the Greek did slavery like that. But when the European came and they realized that there was money in the land and they need labor for the land, because what people don't understand, by the 1500, Europe didn't have much left in Europe. Most of Europe was already deforested. There wasn't any large woodland. There wasn't any large natural resources.
Mm-hmm.
Land was partially exhausted. Most of those countries were occupied. So when they came over to the Americas and they had this vast tract of land, and the indigenous population was there, was dead by the 90% of them was dead by the 15th, 16th century. By the 1500, disease killed about 90% of the indigenous population of the Americas. And we're talking from North America, Mexico, all the way down. Plague, syphilis, whatever disease, whatever old world diseases they carried, violence, guns, steel. Most of the indigenous population was dead. So they had vast tract of arable land. And as soon as I got cash crop in the Caribbean, they had sugar. In the United States, they had sugar, yes.
Mm-hmm.
But when the cash crop really exploded was when the cotton mill or the cotton gin was invented. Because before the cotton gin, there was about 500, 600,000 African in America. There were more slaves in the Caribbean than in the United States of America before the cotton gin. After the cotton gin, it exploded to 4 million by the end of slavery. Because they found a cash crop. And cotton was described as king. And it needed a lot of labor.
King
And
Cotton.
the best labor is free labor.
So
And you're going to say,
so how do we? How do we? It's like when you use it's like when you use science to define everything, and now you're using science to define social realities, right? You're using biology to explain social phenomena.
sociology.
Yeah. And that's where their problem, that's where they're losing people at. You dig what I'm saying? You're losing people because you're superimposing biology on sociology, right? Like, so even our social constructs and everything is being challenged with biology when we already accept that they are social constructs, right? We already accept that, right? We're trying to deal from the point of the social construct. Who are people? How are they classified socially in society? How do people, right, see these people? What are the categories that society has made for these people? We saying under those auspices is what we're determining who people are. And these people are going off and throwing biology, right, over top of all of that. Like, yo, y'all crazy. Y'all
No,
won't.
but
Go ahead.
another complex thing we have in this community is
Yeah.
that now that we find Chat GTP, a lot of people jumping on Chat GTP. I'm not saying that Chat GTP is not a great thing, but when you ask Chat GTP to define a social construct, it is going to define it as how it is viewed since the most modern situation.
Mm-hmm.
And the definition that certain situations have today, like the definition for racism today in 2020 is different from the definition of racism in 1950.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And when we address things socially, we need to address it from the period in which it took place. You know, you might follow with the slave queen, but I judge her based on the period in which it take place. I judge Dr. Ben based on the 1920s. I judge Marcus Garvey based on the 1920s. I can't use my free barefoot running self who had access to free primary and high school to judge somebody a black person in 1920 who didn't have access to it. I'm not saying that he's right 100%. He's wrong. But was he unrighteous? It's a gray line. But why was he doing it? Right? That is a social complex. Our situation as black people cannot be judged like how you would judge white people. Because the Germans weren't judged that way. After World War II, when the Germans experimented on tens of thousands of people, their scientific discovery was still used. But those discoveries came about from unrighteousness, from shitty situation. The rocket technology that they developed was used, Operation Paperclip, was used by the Americans. Germans send the Americans to space.
Mm-hmm.
So is it unethical? Yes, it is. Was Dr. Ben unethical? He might have been. But what was his purpose? Was his purpose to deceive and to steal from black people? Do you think, let me ask you that question, since I have the 1 hour. Do you think Dr. Ben's intention was to steal from black people?
Kinda. Yeah, kinda.
How? So you're saying that he's a grifter?
Yeah. That's how it reads to me. That's how his biography reads to me.
That he was spreading false information for his own profit.
Yeah.
That's what you're basically
saying. Yeah. The same.
And you're saying that
Go ahead.
he was knowingly spreading false information for his own profit. That he knew that he was lying, he was telling. He was just making up shit for his own benefit or his own edification.
Yeah. I mean, look at his library. You know what I mean? His library would show you that he was making shit up, right? He had all of the information of the day and he came up with his own conclusions from it. You know, so yeah, I feel as though he was a grifter. That's just me though. You know what I mean? Going from Hebrew Israelite to lying about where he came from to, I mean, that shit reading like Farad Muhammad. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, we don't know where he was really from. He never gave any clear indication on where he was from. All of these accolades he said he had, he didn't have. Like, we don't know who this man was at the end of the day. You know what I mean? We don't know who he was. Like, but if y'all comfortable with that, fine. I mean, you know, y'all heroes ain't my heroes. That's cool. You know what I mean? It might be people like Pastor Bennett. In this community, most of Pastor Bennett heroes probably are not the rest of our heroes, right? Because he come out of the out of the church. So it could be it could be church people that he revere as being foundational to him. Most of us would say, no, I don't rock with that. So or we don't rock with them. So, you know, the same way we can castigate or not rock with certain people out of the Christian faith, I cannot rock with Dr. Ben. I don't see how that's so sacrilegious to feel like he was that he was a grifter. Like, you know, if he was nowadays, you know, he would be damn near equivalent to who? Malachi York or some goddamn body. Not far as wise the 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 sexual deviancy aside. I'm not putting sexual deviancy on him. But far as wise, going from he was a Mason, then he was a Hebrew Israelite, and then he was a Muslim, and then he was a Kemetic priest, and I mean just
he was everything.
yes. So I'm not, and I feel bad that I gotta hold my tongue because this community is so damn, they get so hurt over everything. Somebody can say something probably about a family member of theirs, right? And they wouldn't show the type of disdain that somebody probably talked about one of their family members to them today, right? And they didn't get upset. But they will act like they get so upset when somebody says something about a motherfucker that they don't even know that was a known goddamn liar. They'll get upset about that. But they probably let somebody call their uncle a liar this morning and they didn't even get upset about that shit. But called Dr. Ben a liar when he was a known damn liar. So I gotta bite my tongue in this damn community. Then people want to tell me how he was discriminated on and that's why he lied. That's not in the record. Listen, he would have had more credence and credibility with me if he said the reason why he couldn't get these degrees and couldn't get these accolades was because of discrimination. Then I would have, he would have had a leg to stand on. But he didn't say that. You dig? He didn't say that.
Marcus Garvey. Marcus Garvey is one of my personal heroes.
Okay.
But Marcus Garvey wasn't perfect. We all know that.
That's a fact.
We all know that Marcus Garvey wasn't perfect.
Yeah, he was a wild boy. The more I read about Marcus Garvey, the less I like him.
Right. He wasn't perfect. He had some good intention, but he had a power problem. To me, I said Marcus Garvey had a power problem. Because even when he was like a black Southern pastor. He wanted all the power, right? He had a problem. His intentions were noble, but some of the things he did and some of the things that he was accused of, murder, other things, he didn't want to be challenged. Yeah, but I don't look at Garvey. I don't look at Garvey for all of the wrongdoings he did.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because if we do that, we're going to realize that all our heroes, whether they want to be white heroes or black heroes, we're zeros. We're actually zeros. There's not many people can stand up to the measuring tape of integrity. How many people you can say, this person was a noble person? How many persons can get the Mark Antony speech for Julius Caesar? That Caesar, if he was ambitious, I would have known so. Twice he went into the Rubicon, they offered him the crown, and twice he refused it. They say Caesar was ambitious. But if he was, I would have known so. How many people at the end of their life, somebody can stand up and say, this person asked all of the ethical questions? Very few. Very few. And that is the sad thing. And especially people who...
So tell me what Dr. Ben did great. Because I keep hearing all of the excuses made for him. So what the hell? What's his legacy? What the hell did he do? I'm lost. Y'all act like this motherfucker was Martin Luther King or somebody. What the fuck did he do? I'm literally lost. I'm saying the fact that we can't call him on his bullshit, right? I'm trying to figure out what are we losing by calling Dr. Ben on his bullshit. What did he do? What y'all got to explain this to me.
I think Dr. Ben was
I can see Martin Luther King. If somebody say, man, lay off of Martin Luther King, right? If we start shooting at Martin Luther King, right, then we lose this, that, and the third. Look at all of the stuff. Look at how monumental he was in the civil rights movement, right? Look what his message was, right? So let's not tear him down, because if tearing him down, his message goes along with it. I could understand that shit. But when y'all talk about Dr. Ben, if we tear into Dr. Ben, what do we lose? What message? You know what I mean? Overall message did he bring that if we tear him down, we lose the message that he brought that we don't want to lose? What was it that Dr. Ben, y'all got to come with something now at this point.
Dr. Ben's message was one. Dr. Ben celebrated education. Right? He celebrated it. You can't deny that.
He did what?
Celebrated education. He celebrated education. He wanted our people to be educated, to be bright.
My grandmother do the same thing. Like, name one black person who don't want us to get an education. What the? That makes him unique?
No. But what's his greatness? We can't say he was Martin Luther King great. He wasn't. I'd be asshole to say that he was Martin Luther King great, because he wasn't. Right? He wasn't. He was what he was. He was a man trying to uplift his people. Are you denying that? And I never hear him speak badly of black people.
I don't know what he was trying to do. Listen. If that's what y'all get from it, listen, I'm not going to fight y'all. I tried to tell Reggie the other day, I don't want to fight you on Dr. Ben. Yo, y'all are, you know, what? Oh, man. I don't know. Corey, what's up, Corey?
Peace to y'all, man. What up, brothers? What up, Stupees? Peace to the chat and everything.
Peace, Corey.
What's good with y'all? Y'all still talking about Dr. Ben?
Sorry, the other night, Reggie should not try to defend Dr. Ben that way. That's all he did. All Reggie should have said that he knew Dr. Ben, he respected him, he considered him to be a person of integrity. He may have been wrong in some of his things, but his intentions were pure. And I've never heard him speak badly of black people. He was always trying to elevate black people at all times. He was always trying to put us in a position where we can't doubt our accomplishment, that we were kings and the builders of pyramids and the starters of civilization.
That's right.
Right? That was his intention. He said, there's a poem I like, Hey Black Girl. Hey Black Girl, do you know that you're strong? Very strong. A little girl said it. I can't remember it by heart. I knew it once, but I forget it. As I get older, Hey Black Girl is like to show people that, hey black man, do you know that you are kings? Do you know that you rule empires? That what they told you about Africa is not true? Dr. Ben came at a time where when a black person was told that it was African, my grandmother, as a Jamaican, would tell her that she's not the blasted African. She's Jamaican. And her grandfather was Scottish, which is true. But at one point, even in America, you had the problem where grandmothers tell people that they're not African, they're Indian. And Dr. Ben was telling to black people, say, know your identity. Celebrate your identity. Know who you are. Know where you come from. And I think that's important. The Rastas in Jamaica did it. Right? The Rastas in Jamaica do it. So where they come from is a black man, is an African. Peter Touch, his song that, right? But it's to celebrate the Africanness, to celebrate the uniqueness, celebrate where you come from, why you like stew food, why you like your food properly cooked, why you don't like rare meat, because you're not European. What do you think, Corey?
I apologize, man. I was preoccupied. What was the question there?
Dr. Ben was encouraging us to celebrate our Africanness. Do you agree or disagree?
I really just really don't even want to comment about Dr. Ben, but what I'll say is I don't know what his intention was, right? There's a number of different things that I just can't get in the guy's head. I don't know what the guy was intending to do. I don't know what he was thinking. I don't know like what his end result. I don't know any of that. So I just gotta say I don't know.
So, what do you think about Marcus Garvey? What do you think about Martin Luther King, who had 10 million extramarital affair, who just said may have fraud. His thesis may not have been written by
extramarital affair. Don't like we ain't gonna. I'm not gonna ever that's a bad thing as far as his marriage and his family. You know what I'm saying? But that's a personal. You know what I'm saying? That's something between
what
him
you think
and his
about
wife.
when the question whether or not he wrote his thesis, his doctoral thesis? It is questioned. It has been questioned whether or not Martin Luther King wrote his doctoral thesis. They're saying that he didn't write it. You know that, right? Many areas saying that.
Okay,
Dr.
that's
King,
again, that would be,
if you found out that his thesis that he's walking up and down and calling himself
the
Dr.
difference
Martin
between,
Luther King.
And I'm not saying that would be okay for him to have somebody else write his doctoral thesis, but I don't know how much you got somebody saying that. That's all you got.
No, there are many persons questioning his doctoral thesis. You can't look it up on YouTube.
That's the first time I've heard that. But I would, fine. Let's even go with let's say it's likely to be true. Let's say let's say that's likely to be true.
Would you look at it differently?
No, because I never what the reason why I revere people like Dr. Martin Luther King is not because of how good his doctoral thesis was. It's about the work and the practicality of their ideology. You know what I'm saying? So there's actual benefits that I'm still reaping to this day from those ideas and that rhetoric that Martin Luther King put out to the Black community.
Which ones? The ones before the burning?
So the civil rights. So when they went to court. Go ahead.
No. Which one? The ones before he said he led his people into a burning building? His actions before that?
Yeah,
his actions after that. Which one?
When you listen to the context of that speech, that's a great speech. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I know a lot of people try to soundbite that and kind of take that out of context. But I just think we ought to. I don't know why do we compare? How are we going from Dr. Ben to Martin Luther King? I'm already feeling just uncomfortable having that type of conversation. Like we jump from Dr. Ben to Martin Luther King. There's some uncomfortability there for me as if we're comparing.
No,
We're making some
well, I'm
type of
not comparing.
comparison.
No, I'm not comparing them. What I'm
Okay,
saying
I
is
just
that,
wanted to be sure because I got
yeah,
uncomfortable.
I'm not comparing them. What I'm saying is that
Gotcha.
there's in the black community, in the white community, if we dig deep enough, we can find the flaws of our heroes. Does it make him
I don't
less
ever
of
want
a
a
hero?
flawless hero. Some hero, some guy, some figure, some woman, some powerful person claiming to be flawless. It's already a red flag to me, right?
All right, the question I'm asking is this then, Corey. When is too much flaw and when is not enough flaw, right? Because we know that there's no flawless person. But what you
Right.
say, some people have too much flaw? Is that what arguing? So no, Dr. Ben
Yeah,
tell too much lies?
there's a line to your flaw. I mean, like I said,
Mm.
I'm not the judge of it's for every individual. So like you choose you say like Dr. Ben is all good for you, right? But
No, I'm not
those
saying he's
flaws
all good.
or whatever, he's acceptable or whatever. It's not that's not a big deal to you per se, right? Something you would kind of look the other way on as far as him lying about where he was born, lying about his degrees, lying about where he worked. You know what I'm saying? And also just his information. Like even if even if you just eliminated all of that, like if you listen to the information that he put out, a lot of it was just plain
Bullshit.
I guess if that's what you want to call it, fine. I'm not going to argue with you.
No,
Yeah.
because that's what you
I
said.
mean, when you compound, you know what I'm saying? That I'm just kind of trying to figure out like what's the line for you, like what? So at what point? And then I'm trying to figure out. And I heard Sheffrin ask the same question, like, what are we like revering here? Let's throw all of the lying out the window, right? Let's go just on like what he was saying in his books and in his lectures. Okay, right? Like, or even like not just even that, like what he actually done to advance um so-called African Americans. And I'm not saying everybody got to do something. Everybody got to be Martin Luther King. That's not my thing. Like you can say some good things and make a few things happen for a few black people. You know what I'm saying? Not you don't have to make it for all 40 million of us. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to figure out like what did we what are we revering here, Stupides?
No, my thing with him is that what was his intention? His intention was to increase our self-awareness as to who we are as a people.
Yeah, but if you told us we was Egyptians from Ethiopia, you know what I'm saying? Like, what? I don't like. Then what? Now, how does that help us? I'm not. Maybe I'm simplifying it, and me, Stupides. When I say things, I kind of go too simple, and so it's kind of like offensive in some way, and I don't mean that. It's just the way I kind of communicate, but I don't believe like he's famous for talking about Egypt and things like that, right? The Black Man of the Nile.
Yeah, he's famous for encouraging black men to appreciate who them is and where them come from. That is what he was saying.
Where was he saying we came from?
That we're Africans.
Okay.
Listen. We know that a lot of it is bullshit. We know that a lot of it is bullshit. We know that. It's like saying that the modern Egyptians are Africans. And then implying that, but I'm saying that the modern Egyptian culture comprised of many different people, and about it, they're homegrown Africans. When you and I hear the word homegrown Africans, we think West Africa. But some people say that. He's saying that we were Africans, that this is what we did. This comes from people who were, look, in the 20s, let's be honest, Corey. In the 20s, Marcus Garvey King and Marcus
but
Garvey King was
let
one
me
of the
ask two
biggest
piece.
scams. Yeah.
Not to cut you though. I just want to ask, did you know a lot of this was being taught in like universities? Like they were saying like Socrates was black and things like they were, these were, Afrocentric college professors, you know what I'm saying? Like Dr. Ben type people, and even Dr. Ben, I'm guessing. We have the one teacher, Asante, Malefe Asante, right? Teaching that Socrates was black and things like in the actual university. So I'm trying to figure out what's the benefit of that?
Honestly, I don't know the benefits. Benefits was is
and not only that, like after you done, like when you teaching things of that nature. Now, somebody can say, "Well, Dr. Ben never said that." I'm just saying, like things of that nature, right? You understand what I'm saying when I say that, right?
Yeah.
Two P's.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
Okay,
I
so
know.
when you're teaching things of that nature, and then on top of that, right? Because we're thinking this guy is some type of authority in the Black community, which everybody should be aware of the argument from authority, right? But one says, okay, he's a professor, he's an expert, he's helped work on in the forefront of the field at the United Nations. You know what I'm saying? Um, when you couple that with the disinformation, it's like exactly like so this is how we get involved in cults. So we say we ignore that. Don't nobody say nothing about it. And then if you do say something about it, we're gonna reprimand you. You know what I'm saying? Like that, those are foundational. And I'm just saying, this is just me. And I'm always the crazy idiot guy, that don't know what he's talking about, right? But I'm saying like that's kind of foundational to that cult behavior, the infallible leaders, they can, you don't want to question them, what I mean? They give the veil that, oh, I'm open, for questions and, this, that, and the other, but when challenged, I've seen people get canceled for challenging, people like Dr. Ben and those calibers. The critique of Sheikh Anta Diop and those types of people. So I just, it just has that stench of kind of like cult like, and I'm not saying it's absolutely this is this is a cult or whatever. I'm just saying like it just has that stench of cult like attitude or
The level
behavior.
of adoration for Dr. Ben and those people cannot be explained by normal behavior. I understand what you're saying. That this goes
Yeah,
beyond
because
normal behavior.
it's not normal to me. You know what I mean? That's anybody else, like when you outside of this community, when you lay all that the facts down, you know, they would just dismiss that guy out of hand.
My thing is this. Let's not about it.
Mhm.
My thing is this. I understand that information can become outdated, but we don't throw away the man with him outdated information. We still pay reverence to the man, but at the same time, we don't throw away the
But
information.
outdated stupies, though, when you say out, see, this is another thing, right? This is why, and cognitive dissonance kind of has a lot to do with the cult-like behavior, right? But this is what I'm saying. Like you using the term outdated. Those facts were known to be a lot of these so-called facts or this information was already debunked in the time, you know, in his contemporary time. Like he didn't, you know, he was doing lectures in the 80s, like, you know, it's not like y'all keep saying in the 1920s. I keep hearing, well, in the 1920s, and you know, it's like, bro,
so are you saying that
Cyrus Sutton and Brother Reggie, right? You got all these people who used to go to this guy's lectures, bro. Like they not. Cyrus Sutton even Sheffrin said he's been to a Dr. Ben lecture or two, right? Sheffrin ain't 97 years old.
No, I understand. Listen. I cannot defend the information. I will have to say, because a lot of European scientists, a hypothesis, right?
But
is my best
one
guess.
more thing, Stu Pease, because this is really what if you're gonna ask me anything about Dr. Ben, right? This is what I really want to say about this guy, right?
He's a liar.
No. This guy, and I kind of appreciate this about this guy, right? This guy actually has a degree in like drafting and blueprint reading and designing and shit like that, bro. He's like got engineering. Like this guy could have brought. Why didn't he bring that? You know how valuable that is. Stupid.
He's a draft man.
Yes. Do you know how valuable? Hold on, stupids, because you're gonna try to veer it off. I want to know, do you know how much value with his crowd, with the audience he had? Listen, stupids. He had the audience and the attention of young Black men and women.
Yeah.
He brought them Egypt, right? He could have brought, this is what I be saying, man. Oh God, it bothers me so much, bro. Because when Dr. Ben and those snake oil salesmen like that, when they go to the white people, right? They be serious with them white folks. You know, I always say, like when the snake oil salesman go down to Wall Street, right? He take pork bellies and orange juice. Okay. But when he come to the Black community, he got a trunk full of snake oil. So I'm trying to figure out, why wouldn't he bring us the engineering and the
because
drafting?
he wasn't the engineer. He wasn't the engineer. What people don't understand.
Why wouldn't he bring us the drafting though? Or whatever he was. He's basically, I'm telling you, he wasn't that far. Let me tell you, if he had a degree in drafting, he wasn't that far away from being an engineer.
He didn't have a degree in drafting. He didn't have a degree. Have you ever seen Reggie come and say he had a degree in drafting? He did not have, because what people don't understand is that.
So that was a lie too?
No, that's because you have to understand the difference between drafting and architecture. You get a degree in architecture.
There is stupies. Let's not get into the weeds about that, bro. No. The point is, whatever he knew how to do, right? The drafting, right? Whichever part of the drafting he knew how to do, bro. whichever part of that was valuable to bring to the Black community. He chose not to bring that, Stupies. That's what I'm saying. I'm not talking about, it's not really, he ain't he needed 10 more years to be an engineer. That's not the point, Stupies.
You're saying
I'm talking
that
about the value.
He has a valuable skill. It's like you're somebody with profession in concrete. That is a skill that takes years to develop. If you know, instead of bringing your skill of concrete to the community, you come now and start to tell me that there's a 4-wing angel in the sky. That's what you're saying, right?
Yes.
Right, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, like if you got that kind of audience, right? You know what I'm saying? And you're a teacher, you calling yourself a teacher, and you want to teach the Black community, right? Why didn't you bring that? Why you bring me,
why you bring the snake
where Hoppy dwell? Why you take me to where the god Hoppy dwell? Why you didn't bring me to drafting and blueprint reading? See what I'm saying? That's what I mean that's the exact example that I'm talking about when I say that the snake oil salesman don't take snake oil down to Wall Street. He don't bring that down though to them white folks on Wall Street. He got nothing but orange juice and pork bellies.
Pork bellies.
Stupies.
All right.
When he comes see us,
here
what do we got?
Leonard,
what he got in his pocket? I just want to know from you, Stupies. When he comes see us, what he be having?
He come with a religion. He comes with religion.
He come with a bottle of snake oil, don't he?
He comes with religion.
Yes.
He always comes with religion.
Yeah, there you go. So listen, that's everybody. Chinese people, Indian people, white people, African American people, Puerto Rican Afro-Americans, Africans, West African. Everybody want to bring us. See, this is why y'all just don't be, y'all be upset with me, bro.
Corey,
this is all I be tripping on, bro. Yeah, everybody. Not just white people. You can't blame, hold on, Stupies, because you can't just blame the white man like we always do. You can't blame the Arabs. None of, like, I'm talking everybody across the board. When they looking to get off their bottle of snake oil, they come see us, to the Black community. I'm just saying, like, at some point, we got to stop buying that shit, Stupies. Everybody else quit doing it. We buying it. But, I digress, bro. Go ahead.
Hello?
Oh man, what happened? Is we still live? I don't even. Chef Crichton stepped away. I don't know. I was giving the floor up, and I stepped away, but it's been silence. Let me make sure that's not just me. Okay, appreciate that, Indigenous. All right, all right, all right, all right. I just wanted to make sure it was still good. Um, well, I wasn't expecting to be hosting the show, but I guess I'm gonna try to keep it going. But yeah, I don't mean to I ain't trying to shoot down nobody's heroes or nothing. And I don't even like shooting down really Dr. Ben, because like we done been over that, a number of times. I think that bell done been pretty much rung already. Let me make sure ain't nobody trying to come in and then. All right. Yeah, that bell done pretty much done been rung. So, and I think it's a lot of other people that we could revere. Especially when we take it so personal like that. I know I see a lot of people kind of, and Reggie, one of them, but maybe he is real close to Dr. Ben like that, and that's fine. And I don't want to take nothing away from that or whatever. Um, one one person can't determine somebody else's relationship with another person, but a lot of times it's like, man, is this your family member? Not talking about Reggie or whatever, because I can see that it is kind of like his family member, but to a lot of people in the community, and not that even matter. It don't even have to be somebody's family member, but it's just like, we we kind of put a lot of stock in some of these so-called leaders when I think we could do a lot better. You know what I'm saying? I've been in the Discord. I hadn't been doing Discord for quite some time, but I've been in there and I've been seeing a lot of discussion going on. The Egypt discussion is always definitely prevailing um, in the in this community or whatever. But I have been getting into Mary Lethowich lately. I've been trying to get that read. It ain't an audio version, I don't believe. I don't have the audio version. Maybe I didn't check whether it was audio version or something. I don't know. I always check that, but I don't have it, so I'm just assuming it's not an audio version. So I've just been trying to get that read. What chapter I'm in now? I think I'm in chapter 3 here. I believe I'm reading chapter 3, but in the I kind of skip around too. Sometimes I'll find some interesting things, but I was looking in the conclusion, uh, and it's kind of like a subtitle in the conclusion. It's a question: is Afrocentrism a new historical mythology? And I thought, well, that's a pretty interesting question. Um, and just to give y'all a little kind of figure, kind of where she's at with it, I think I'll read like a paragraph of it, and if Chevron want to throw the hold on, let me see, throw the what you call it in the thing again, or one of y'all can throw the link in there, and somebody want to come on, we can chop it up. I'm just gonna share here, screen share. Like I said, I'm off guard. Chef from catching me off guard here, but I really, 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 yeah, my pencil. Thought that was an interesting question, and so kind of ask yourselves that question, and kind of what do y'all think about that? Is it and is like, I know some people might say, well, is that even a question? Like, what kind of ish is that, right? Some people might say that, like, she done lost her damn mind. Like, who would even ask a question like that? So maybe you feel like that. Maybe one feels like that, right? But here it says, as I observed in chapter 2, it has become fashionable to assume that history is culturally determined and that each culture or ethnic group can write its own history differently. In particular, cultural relativism has offered an intellectual justification for Afrocentric history. And immediately reading that, I started to think, it made me think right away, because I automatically kind of understood that, you know what I'm saying? Even though it's kind of worded in a way that's like elusive a little bit, but she goes further here. It says, this is the age of Diop, Malefe Kete Asante, assures us in Kemet Afrocentricity, and knowledge in 1990. In Asante's view, Diop's achievement was to free people of African descent from their dependence on Eurocentric frames of reference, right? And again, it makes me pause, because I hear these echoes. I hear that in this community, like, that's basically what she's saying is, you need to look at things from an African's perspective, and that always cracks me up. You know what I mean? that always makes me laugh, right? Like, she reading this, right? It almost seems like she be in these chats, like, listening. Now, mind you, she wrote this in, I can't remember the date. This is back in, I believe, the 80s, I believe, or late 70s or something like that. But yeah, but it seems like she already, like, she's up to, like, back then she could bring her frame of thought into this community today, right? It's funny, like, reading it just makes me laugh, right? Anyway, it says, by arguing that the objectivity of knowledge referred to by European scholars could not be separated from the consciousness of the social cultural world, and European. Hold on. It says, and that Europeans brought the consciousness with them whenever they discussed Africa. It says Asante appears to be saying that no one needed to believe anything that any European says about Africa, right? That declaration is indeed liberating, and it reminds me, that kind of reminds me of what Stupes, it puts me in the mind of where Stupes was at, like, he was just like when he talked about Dr. Ben, he was like, well, he was just trying to, you know, kind of give African Americans something to be proud of. I don't think that's the words he used, but kind of something of that nature that Stupes said. It reminds me of that, okay, just like she says, you know, I guess that's kind of liberating, but what do you do with that um once you go to university, right? And the seminar is laughing at you because you arguing wrong and strong that Socrates is black. You know, it I I just think about things like that. You know what I'm saying? Again, I know I'm the crazy guy, so I know my thoughts, like me thinking that is just crazy to some other people. But again, here we go. It says at least to Afrocentrists, right? It says that declaration indeed is liberating, at least to Afrocentrists. It says anyone who accepts Asante's formulation need not trust a word I say it in this book, right? Meaning, she's saying, listen, don't listen to me, or that anyone has said or will ever say in criticism of Afrocentrism. So like, again, it's like we can't even, criticize, critique, it's not to be questioned, right? I don't want to do a bunch of readership, but I just wanted to, y'all should just get into that, right? Y'all should really get into that and read what she says. Uh, to me, if y'all ask me, um, I think Mary Lethowich had more of black people's interests at heart than Dr. Ben. I think if the black community, like looking back on that and seeing like, cause when you read the book, I don't want to be a spoiler, right? I always like people, I like people just to read it and, you know what I'm saying, check it out. Cause I know a lot of times there's books and we go through them and we read them or whatever, and I don't want to put my thought process. I always like people to bring their own fresh thought process to something. You know what I'm saying? I like to hear other people's perspective. I don't want my perspective to poison somebody else's perspective, because it stops me from getting, different angles. You know what I'm saying? But I think that she saw the harms way ahead, and I don't, like I said, I don't know if it was even ahead of time. Maybe those, you know, because you have these different groups, these different type of Hebrew Israelites, and you already had those people before Dr. Ben and all of that, right? And not saying that different good things didn't come out of some of those groups, right? But maybe she saw it, from, just those types of attitudes or whatever. But it seemed like she was a little bit ahead of her time in her thought process and being able to kind of like foresee those issues that would come up. You know what I'm saying? And not giving those students receiving that Blackology or whatever, not giving them the full college experience that they actually, paying for and should experience. Like they should be challenged on their ideas. You know what I'm saying? Not protected as, when you read the book, you'll see how, it was kind of taboo to even, nobody even really wanted to challenge those Afrocentrics from teaching those students that, because it was almost like, oh, if we step in and say something, they're gonna look at us as racist, and don't nobody want to be called racist, you know what I'm saying? So, but she didn't care, like, you know what I mean? Like that meant something to me, that like, because being called a racist or being called something that you're not, and then, you know what I'm saying, she didn't have to go through that. She could have just minded her own business. You know what I mean? So I really thought that was I really like that about her, that she took that step and did that. You know what I'm saying? And kind of got, tomatoes threw at her, but she accepted it, right? She stood up and was, I looked at the one debate. I always remind myself about the discussion, because it wasn't a debate or whatever. It was a discussion with her and Dr. Clark. She she had it was a very, very hostile environment, so to speak. I don't know, that I wouldn't say like they was like disrespectful or whatever, but just hostile in the aspect of her having to kind of be very careful of what she said, and you know what I'm saying. It was a hostile environment, especially like early 80s, late 70s, even late 80s, early 90s, like, Black Power movement was, you know what I'm saying? It was pretty tough, you know what I'm saying? So, hats off to her for actually going in that environment, you know what I mean? Like, and, um, being questioned and asking questions, and basically having that discussion or whatever. So hats off to her for that. Me personally, I really appreciated that. And a lot of that discussion is still being had today. You know what I'm saying? Like, uh, just by her doing that, kind of, it's, kind of gives us a wider discussion or whatever. So, and what do y'all think about that? What do y'all think about how she handled that? What do y'all think about Dr. Clark? What do y'all think about Martin Brunel? Because it was really a discussion with the Martin Brunel or whatever his name, Brunel or Brunel. I don't know how to pronounce his name or whatever for real, but yeah. What do y'all think about him? Um, what do y'all think about the I guess the host she was? She was kind of the host. Um, I thought she was pretty hostile. Like the first time I watched that, I really liked her, I was like, yeah, she was, I was like, yeah, she ain't letting nothing slide. She ain't letting that white lady slide nothing pass, right? And you know, as the years go by, I kind of look at it, and it was, to me, now looking at it now, um, to me it was kind of cringy, the way her attitude was and the way she kind of handled, because she was, I to me, I thought she was kind of like the host, so she should have been more neutral, and she wasn't neutral at all. So you know, I'm gonna try to let me put the link in there. I'm gonna throw the link in here, and yeah, y'all let me know, man. What y'all think about that? I know that was old. I know it's old, but it's interesting to me, that discussion. Um, so yeah, what y'all think about that? Matter of fact, I don't know. I ain't gonna play it. I would play, but I don't know the rules. You know what I'm saying? Sheffrin be doing his thing, what they don't allow and allow. You know what I'm saying? Um, I don't want to get no strike and no shit like that. Chef Madness, what's up, brother? You in the building 2 times.
What up? What up? What up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It says no, Corey rock out. Anyone sees the start of the debate. I'm just trying to see if y'all put anything in there about what y'all thought about that discussion or whatever, or what y'all thought about what I read. What did you think about what I read? Did you hear what I read, Sheffer?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Oh, yeah, I had to step out. I had to run and get something to eat real quick. I was happy as shit that you jumped on.
Right.
I,
And I'm in
cause
lazy mode too. My wife just made me a plate the size, big enough for a dinosaur, man. So,
man, look, listen, I didn't have no show. I actually went live and I started playing PlayStation. If you seen the first part of it, I was playing Spider-Man. They wasn't feeling it, so
I saw the thumbnail, but I didn't get to see the game or
yeah,
whatever.
yeah. I was in my gamer mode. I might jump back on and play some Xbox and stream it over, but they ain't feeling that. So maybe it was PlayStation that they wasn't
Oh,
feeling.
I'm gonna need the keys because in October they coming, Call of Duty Black Ops, it's Golf War this year. So
Okay,
yeah,
yeah.
I'm gonna need the
Stream that.
keys. And yeah, I'm gonna be streaming zombies and some multiplayer. So you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
stream that.
I'm
But
gonna
I
be
want
needing
to see. I want to see how you get down. Stream that.
definitely, man. You know what I mean? The zombies, I like I think y'all gonna even like the zombies. Most people, and they just did a little a thing, like most people don't even understand the zombies mode. But you know what an escape room is?
Yeah, you gotta find a way out.
Right. So that's
They got some of them here, right? Where people pay and they go in that motherfucker and they gotta try, like couples be doing it. So like,
it's real interesting. It's good. It's
yeah,
good shit. Yeah. Go ahead.
go ahead. Oh no. They got some here. Escape rooms where couples, like, say if you stay here, if you stayed in Baltimore, like you and your wife, me and my girl, and a couple other, couples to get together and we're paying where it go, do the escape room thing.
Right.
So they got a whole bunch of different scenarios, how you gotta try to figure out how to get the fuck out of there and all kind of shit. Yeah, so it's dope. It's dope. But go ahead.
So that's basically what zombies is, right? So when if you're in really a real elaborate escape room, like everything in that room could possibly mean something, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when you playing these zombies maps, right? They call them Easter eggs, right? They call them an Easter egg hunt in the gaming world, right? Just to put yourself in the mind of an Easter egg hunt. So you're going around, you're trying to
I know
hunt
what
the
it is.
Easter egg, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you heard that term before, then, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
Okay. All right. So you're a gamer then. You're a
Yeah,
real guy. I thought you was kind of
exactly.
phony with it. I thought you was
Damn.
faking that.
Yeah, I know what these things is. Come on with it.
Right. So you know about the zombies Easter egg then?
Yeah, I used to play Call of Duty. I fell out of it for a couple years because I started playing Tom Clancy, Ghost
Rainbow
Recon,
Six.
or yeah, Rainbow Six and Ghost Recon and
Yeah,
all of
those
that
is
stuff.
real. You like that you know, I know a lot of military guys, like real
Tactical.
military guys.
I
Yeah,
like
yeah.
tactical shit instead of just running around with shooting just to you know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean. I can get
You want a
down with that
mission.
sometimes.
You
Yeah, I
want a
need
mission.
missions. I need
Right,
missions.
right, right. Definitely. So, and I understand that, right? I got my best friend who died, but his brother, he a military guy, and that's all he plays, those type of games. Like he really don't even like console because that's not the best source of playing those games. Like you know, the computer games is where that PC gaming is
Yeah,
where that's at, you know.
the reaction time of the mouse and keyboard is way faster than the joystick.
Right, right.
The input there's it's crazy because it don't seem like a damn mouse and keyboard could react faster than a controller, but it really does. You know what I'm saying? It really does.
He
It's crazy.
says, Indigenous Black Man says Easter egg hunting came before Atari. So they already had like Easter eggs in games and shit like that before Atari and shit, huh? So that's not a newer concept. You know, my first so I was always a gamer, right? I had something called a Vextrex. You remember, have you ever heard of that?
No, you didn't mess me up with that one.
Yeah, I had something called a Vextrex. Now this came out, I believe, after the Atari. It had a, you know, it was a monitor, like the console was a monitor.
The games was built into it.
Right. Well, you had cartridges. I think it came with a game built into it. I believe it came with a game built into it, right? But there was cartridges that you slid in it. But it was a monitor. It was like an 8-inch screen or something like that. You know what I mean? Very little people. It was given to me by my uncle. My uncle Terry gave it to me or whatever. Or I just took it over basically because he just got older, you know, and he was in the other things. You know, he was an older guy, so he was in the other thing. But you know, I can remember even staying up, playing all night, Mario 3. If you my age, see, I'm 42 years old, bro. My age group, bro, that Mario 3 is really like I played Atari before that because my uncles them had the Atari. Like I said, I had a
Mario
Vectrex.
3 was next level, yo. I
Was
was
the
talking about that earlier.
foundation of gaming right there. That's what bro, that's Mario 3, I think, is why video gaming is still video gaming right now. To me, I don't know. Dude, I remember staying up all night. Like I can remember being in the 3rd grade, Sheffrin. You know what I'm saying? Staying up all night playing, bro. Like, you know, getting the foxtail and oh man, you know, it's just that was it. And then after that, right, what got me to where I'm at, like loving the first person shooter, right, was GoldenEye, 007.
007, hell yeah. Nintendo 64.
On a Nintendo 64, bro. Oh, that was next level, Chef. That was next level right there, right? And you know what? And that right there took me to my first online gaming experience. And that was the original Modern Warfare. I think that came out in 2006. or something because my wife was in college then, so it had to be like 2006, you know. And I got the internet. We had to get the internet in our apartment, you know, because she was going to school. You know, we had to get high-speed internet. They had just came out with the 360. You know what I mean? The Xbox 360. And no, yeah. So I was already. What was I playing online? I was playing something on a regular Xbox online, but it was I can't remember what I think I was playing NBA Live or something like that. Yeah, that's what I was playing. But I ended up somebody let me borrow, or one of my homies brought it over, and you know we didn't play. All we played was NBA Live or NBA 2K or whatever we played. It was live back then. That's all we were playing was NBA Live, right? And Madden. So nobody wanted to play games like Call of Duty or whatever, but one of my homies must have brought it over and he left it there or whatever. And I got into it, and then I played online, bro. I'm telling you, I played multiplayer online. It was, like I said, it was Call of Duty, the original Modern Warfare, and I was hooked ever since then. I've been playing. That was my introduction to real online gaming right there. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You said it was called the Vex? What?
Vextrex. Basically the VEXTREX. Vextrex. I believe that's how it's spelled.
I guarantee you it was probably an old Commodore system, right?
It might have been made by Commodore, huh?
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Well, everybody was using the Commodore 64 computer to program their games and stuff. So if you had a Commodore 64, you damn near could play everything. So that was like some ground foundational architecture in computer gaming. The Commodore 64. Like you had one of them, you was next level. You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
Atari and all of them. Like you had the Commodore 64, you could damn near play anything. You know what I mean? So everybody was like building around the Commodore 64.
I wonder if my dad surprisingly, dude, he be having shit. You know what I'm saying? Like this nigga might have that motherfucker. Knowing him, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go ask him if he got that thing. Cause I know for sure, like from my regular Nintendo NES all the way up to my Nintendo 64. Even I got PlayStations, all that. Like he still got all that, all the games, everything. He still got all of it. You know what I'm saying? Like he bought a new house like 5 years ago, whatever. He moved out of the house that I grew up in. But like during that time, bro, like my bedroom, like dude never did anything to my bedroom. Like he kept it just like I left, motherfucker. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like everything was in there, like my basketball cards, everything. Like, so I wouldn't be surprised if he might have that. Now that when I had that game though, I was still at my grandmother's house. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Then she did the same thing too though. Like once I started permanently living with my dad, like she never moved, she never did nothing to my bedroom. You know what I'm saying? So I don't, you know, maybe they got that thing. So I might have to check and see. But yeah, I think that's how you spell it, Chef. Vextrex, right? I want to look that up too.
Yeah, man. I'm a couple years older than you. I can remember my cousin had a ColecoVision, right? And we used to sit there and watch him play. The games were so rudimentary. We had an Atari, right? We had all of the Ataris, 1600, 2400, you know. And then the Nintendo came out. Like I said, once the Nintendo came out, that started coming into my era when I could start asking for stuff and getting stuff like that, right? So Nintendo was the first system that I got. But it's crazy though because
Yeah, that was the first one that was bought for me personally.
Yeah, exactly.
Now all the other
exactly.
games was my uncle's games that I
Yeah.
was just playing, you know, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But people don't realize, like in the hood, Nintendo came out years earlier, but ain't nobody really have it in the hood. You dig what I'm saying? Like that shit was like next level. I think Nintendo came out in like 84, 85. You dig? They ain't start hitting the black community to like 88. You dig what I'm saying?
I was already, I was on that Nintendo already when it first dropped, though. I ain't gonna lie. Duck Hunt. Hey, remember the track and field?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That wasn't 85 though.
That wasn't Duck Hunt. When was that?
No, it was, but I'm telling you, we ain't start getting it, right, until around 87, 88. We was a couple years behind, trust me. Just think back, how old was you in the third grade?
I remember trading.
What year was it?
I remember in the third grade, bro, somebody was getting in a fight about Mike Tyson Punch Out. They brought it to school.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they brought Mike Tyson Punch Out to school, and somehow, I don't know, it came up but anyway, they got in a fight about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can remember that. Like, I was in the third grade, bro. You know what I mean? Like,
it wasn't 85. How old am I in the third?
Huh? Say it again.
It wasn't 85. It was like 87, 88 when you was in the third grade.
Okay. Let me see. How old was I in the third grade? Let me see. 6, 7. Okay, I was 8. Yeah, that would have been 87, 86, 87. Okay, you're right. All right. Yeah. You're right.
It was a couple of years.
That seemed like, I don't know why, but it seems like 84, 85, shit like that to me. But yeah. That's crazy.
But that's when it came out. But like, we was a little bit behind. Just think.
I would have been a little. I would have been like 3 at that point. Yeah.
In 1985, yo, it wasn't no black families sitting up there spending no $189 for no shit that you hooked to the goddamn TV. That shit wasn't happening like that. You think what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was a couple years later, and I think it took off for the whole country. But when it first came out, it wasn't as big because it was really some Asian shit for real. You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
The Americans was still heavily on shit like pinball machines, and you dig what I'm saying? Some arcade games. We used to have the tabletop arcade games, right? Before the Nintendo and all that came out, people was getting, like, black kids, we was really into tabletop arcade games.
I found it. I found the wiki page for the Vex Tracks, Sheffer. I got I'm finna show it to you. This was a bad boy too, bro. This was a bad boy. Where was I at, Google? You see, am I sharing? Yeah. So there it goes right there, right? That was the Vex Tracks right there, right? And in there, like, you see where the controller is sitting, like, it was a slot for cartridges in that little interior area down below it. You see what I'm saying? The things on the side, like, that was handles for you could pick it up, you know what I'm saying, and take it, you know what I mean, plug it in or whatever to room or whatever. But yeah, that was the Vex Tracks right there, bro. That was like my introduction to gaming, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it came out 82, you know what I'm saying? So this was a year after I was born. It was a General Consumer Electric. So it was the GM, huh? Consumer, yeah. This is crazy, bro. That's nuts. And it was $200.
Yeah, that was a lot of
Really?
money.
My grandmother went out and bought that for my uncle. Like my grandfather would have been like, hell no, he didn't know. He didn't know she paid that for that. Ain't no way. Ain't no way he knew she paid $200 for that game right there, bro. But yeah, man, that was the Vex Trex, man. I just wanted to throw that out there. Yeah, that's nuts, man. I'm glad I looked that up. That brings back so much nostalgia right there, Shepard. You don't even know.
And it was made by Milton Bradley.
I didn't see that. Let me look at that page again. That was made by Milton Bradley. Damn. Yeah, Milton Bradley was the baddest boys out. They made all the best toys. They was the 80s toys people, like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, okay.
Daddy.
General Consumer Electric. It was later licensed to Milton Bradley. So they they bought the rights to it or whatever. Milton Bradley. Yeah, they knew what was going on. Milton Bradley knew what was going on. It says it was first released in North America. And so we was the first ones to have that, right? Back in 82. And then in 83, Japan and Europe got it or whatever. But yeah, man. Yeah. It was a CRT monitor. You know what I'm saying? Like they was doing it included a pair of 3D goggles, bro. I didn't have the 3D goggles. But it said it's included a pair of 3D goggles known as the 3D imagers and light pinners. Yeah. For drawing directly on the screen. So this was like an iPad, bro. Before iPad. It says the asteroids-inspired mini storm. It was built into. Yeah, that's what. Remember, I said it had cartridges, but it had a game built into it. So that was mini storm or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, I you took me back, Shepard. I appreciate that trip back into the past right there, Chef. I really do.
Yeah, that's I would like to see what it was built on.
They say that would have been like spending $600 today, like on you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm almost willing to bet $1 million. I don't believe my grandfather ever knew that thing was even in the house. Like, I'm gonna bet money he didn't even realize that was even in his house, bro. Believe me, he would have went off for that. Yeah. But yeah, like you said, I wonder what it. Let me look at some more. Let's pull it up, Sheriff. I think because you keep on asking different questions, so let's pull that back up again. You want to know something? The like what it was built on, like you know how some things is built on the operating. You want to know the operating system, basically, right? Yeah. Yeah, I don't see that, right? Monochrome CRT monitor. It says detachable wire controller pad. Yeah, that was all good. Yeah, you see where it says the peripherals included the 3D goggles and shit. Man, that was nuts, bro.
Yeah, that's
crazy. Like I said, I didn't have the 3D guy. I don't know if my uncle,
your uncle probably sold them.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know what he did with them. I didn't have those. You know what I mean? But we was listen. I every time I brought that up, even back then, Sheffrin, like nobody ever heard of that. And even like my friends, they was like, no, I ain't got that. I ain't got one. I ain't never heard of no shit like that, bro. You know what I mean? So I never, I only played it up until once I got that Nintendo, like that shit, it really wasn't going no back to that anyway. Whatever. It
Yo,
has some.
look at the look at that shit. It
What
say the CPU was 1.5 megahertz.
megahertz. Mhm.
Man, listen, we have calculators more powerful than that, right? And Target. Now,
Wow.
yo, technology then went, and just always
Motorola too was it was a
yeah,
Motorola.
Motorola was that.
Yeah.
Motorola was definitely back in the
Yeah,
days.
up into the 2000s, Motorola was good top shit, bro.
And
Yeah.
Motorola. That was, but look, it say a motherfucking 1.5 megahertz. You can go get calculators nowadays that, oh my God. And it just shows you how good our imagination was. You feel me?
Right.
Because we played those games with the same vigor that we play these modern games with these beautiful graphics. We didn't know that, you know what I mean, that the shit looked crazy, and you know what I mean? I just think
we put it in 3D. Like
yeah,
you
our mind
imagined
did
it.
that shit for us.
Yeah.
That imagination, man. You couldn't tell me when I was playing Atari, right? We used to play this racing game on Atari called Pole Position. You can't tell me that we wasn't racing BMWs on pole position. You couldn't tell me that wasn't. You dig what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like it was when we was playing Contra, right, on Nintendo, right? We actually thought we was in the jungle, right? When you look at that shit now, you're like, what the fuck? It was a game by Capcom, right? For the Nintendo, the regular NES system. It was called Bad Dudes, right? Bad Dudes was one of the most serious games out. You couldn't tell me that I wasn't running through New York fighting crime. Like, but if you look at it now, you like, what the hell? You think what I'm saying? Like, oh man.
I think about when I think about graphics, right? And you talking about Nintendo, they had a game called Battletoads, right? And for some reason, like the graphics on that game was way better than a lot of like I used to like to play that game just because of how it looked. You know what I'm saying? You heard of Battletoads?
Yeah, I remember Battletoads.
That was did you like that one? That was
that was good. They had Battletoads, another game where the graphics was a little bit ahead of its time on Nintendo. Like we already didn't mention Mario 3. That was out of this fucking world.
That was out of this world. Yeah.
At the time, we didn't even know shit could look that good, that colorful, that, you know what I mean?
Especially like, see, like when I, at my grandmother's house, right, you know, I was in a little back room on the black and white TV, bro. But at my dad's house, bro, when you put that motherfucking Mario 3 on that motherfucking color TV, bro, oh my God.
Oh, it's over.
Yeah, it was over. It was over, bro.
Look, hey, Corey, check this out. We jumping around. That's crazy. I'm glad we got off that Dr. Ben crazy shit. People getting their feelings and shit. You know what I mean? They're going to be trying to counsel us tomorrow. But,
especially me, because I gave reverence to Mary Lethwich, right?
Oh yeah, you out of here.
I've been out of here. That's why. Go ahead.
You out of here. But look, man, I had my Nintendo, right? And you know, I was trying to beat Mario, the first Mario, right?
Right.
Man, I used to pause it, right? Because it wasn't no saves or none of that shit. You had to beat a game while you sat there. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, so, it wasn't no saving. It wasn't no memory. It was no such thing as memory. You'll
be there all fucking day, right? Yeah. And if somebody knocked the cord out or something. Oh, that's a fight. You coming to blow. You come, man. I finally made it to King Cooper, and your dumb ass did not. Oh my God, yo.
Hey, my little sister used to hit the reset button on purpose just to annoy me and shit. She would just come down and just hit the reset button on me. Just like, and we be down there fighting there, like, boy, I'm telling you, boy, like, yeah, I remember all that. I remember blowing in the cartridge and all that shit.
Yeah, your little sister was right. That's right.
Yo, she was right. Like, see, like she a year younger than me, but like she, I don't know, she like way smarter than me, right? So she was always manipulative and shit like, but she would fuck with me all the time, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like that was the type of shit she would do to me, just shit like that. You know what I mean? Crazy, but yeah.
Yeah. So look, I remember I got in trouble because my mother ain't used to know this, right? I used to keep the game. I used to play the game before I went to school in the morning, right? And like at night, she'd be like, "Go to sleep," and that TV better not still be on. I would cut the TV off, but I would keep the game on. So I just pause the game and cut the TV.
Right, yeah.
That motherfucker used to be burning the fuck up. Man, listen, I remember I paused it one morning, right? No, it wasn't me. My sister stayed home from school, right?
Mm-hmm.
My sister stayed home from school because she was sick or something. So she ended up playing my Nintendo early in the morning. This fool ended up beating the game, and she knew I wasn't going to believe her. She paused my shit and left that shit on all fucking day. Yo,
Damn.
when I say that motherfucker was like, I had to use a damn goddamn dish towel to take that motherfucker and melt it. That shit was melt. That shit. I said, yo, why the fuck would you do that? But she just wanted to show me, like, yo, I beat it. So, yo, when she beat it, she just paused that motherfucker, yo, and like just went on about it, man. I swear, man, that was the motherfucking days, man.
That was the
video
days,
games, and it's crazy because I still get the same feeling about video games as I did when I was younger. Right when a new game come out or something, yo, my girl already know. You dig what I'm saying? I ain't gonna talk to him for about 3 days.
Right, yeah.
He already know.
My dad, like, I was so into to gaming, right? Like, my dad would know, like, with games to get me and shit, like. But now, like, he got the games, like, he actually got the what do you call the stand-up games?
Arcade games.
The arcade. He got the arcade games in his basement right now. Like, he went out and bought all the games that I used to play. He got Mortal Kombat. He got NBA Jams. You know, everybody got a you know, you always gotta have a Pac-Man down there. But he got Blitz. He remember when I was playing Blitz on 360? You remember Blitz on 360, bro?
Yeah,
that
NFL
was the
Blitz,
shit.
NFL Blitz, hell yeah.
Man, that was the shit on 3. It was the NBA Jams of football, basically. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so yeah, I still go play that shit. Like I still play NBA Jams. Like I said, he still got on. I don't bring him out because I want him to keep him however he got him or whatever. But he still got every console I had. Like I said, Nintendo NES, Super Nintendo NES, PlayStation, Nintendo 360. I didn't get the GameCube. Or whatever. But yeah, and then after that, you know, I bought my own systems. I got into the Dreamcast. I don't got that no more.
Yeah, I love the Dreamcast. The Dreamcast is what made me really fuck with Xbox.
That's what transitioned me to Xbox.
Yeah, the Dreamcast was so dope, right? The controller was next level, right? The controller was actually big enough, but this new PlayStation is the only PlayStation that I didn't like in the modern era because the controller then got bigger. You dig what I'm saying? I couldn't fuck with it. I couldn't fuck with it for years because of Xbox control. I'm like, yo, Xbox controller feels like a grown-up fucking controller. It fits in the hand fucking perfect. You dig what I'm saying? Everything is where it's supposed to be at. You dig what I'm saying?
It's intuitive. They made it intuitive.
Exactly. And all my friends show the PlayStation, I'll be like, yo, that controller is for a fucking kid. Like, look how little no, I can't. The shit too close together. The analog sticks right there next to each other. This shit dumb as shit. Right?
Yeah.
So the goddamn Dreamcast, that controller was so fucking good, yo. You dig what I'm saying? It even had when I used to play 2K football, NFL 2K, right?
You could take your memory card with you from the controller,
Yeah, from the controller. Not only that, you could turn off the HUD on the screen, right, and pick your plays right from the controller, and the person wouldn't see
because it had a screen on that
right.
card. That memory card had a screen on it.
Exactly. So you could turn off the HUD that came up on the screen, right?
I didn't know that. You know what, Chef? I think my homies they was getting over on me, you know? Because we used to hide. So we used to do like hide your hands, like, I don't know, like you couldn't. Now you would see like what was on the screen, but you couldn't see like what you selected, right? But it was only like three. You know, it'd be three options on the screen, so they know
right. Once you pick the package, they pretty much can pick a formation. That you dig what I'm saying? So that was the thing. But look, on the
they was getting over on me. Go ahead.
You could turn off that HUD, right? You could turn so the plays didn't come up on the screen, and they came up on that screen on the controller. You dig what I'm saying? Man, that shit was so fucking next level, man. Yo, y'all just don't even know. Like, and the crazy part about it is Nintendo, right? Nintendo is the greatest video game system maker of all. I don't give a fuck. Nintendo, and they know
console. They the best console ever.
Yo,
I mean,
listen, they are so fucking ahead of everybody else. They got so much fucking money. They come out with blockbuster motherfucking consoles and then scrap them in 3 years. They don't even, man, they come out with a fucking car and everybody go out and buy it. Cause them motherfuckers be so good and they still so fucking fun. Yo, I remember.
They just fun. That's it.
They just
fun game. Yeah.
The shit is just fun, yo. I remember when I remember when the Nintendo came out. I remember when the Super Nintendo came out. I remember what came the Cube. The 64, then the Cube. You dig what I'm saying? All of these the Wii took the world.
I got a Wii upstairs that I've never played hardly.
Nigga,
I played a little bit.
I had old people who was having Wii parties at their fucking house. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
People who never played video game systems before. Old ass people had fucking Wii's, yo, and they was having Wii parties at their house, dancing with Michael Jackson and up. Man, listen. Nintendo is, man, my daughter then had every motherfucking, what's those shits called?
The
Game
Switch
Boy.
Whatever.
The Game Boy.
It's called a Nintendo Switch now. It ain't called a Game Boy now.
Yeah, every year, a Game Boy Advance, a Game Boy Color, the Game Boy XL. All of these, man, they couldn't miss every fucking year, yo.
Hey, but
every year,
Nintendo
every kid was getting
dirty. Go back, it's a documentary. They got a documentary about all these gaming consoles, right? So Nintendo told somebody, I want to say it was Sega or something, but let's just use Sega for instance. I'm not sure if it was Sega, but they was like, yeah, you know, we're going to come out with a console together and we're going to do this. We're going to merge together, right? Whoop-de-whoop-de-woo, right? Man, these niggas been developing the Game Boy and the, you know what I'm saying? Because they was developing the Game Boy and Tetris and all this shit. I think it's the movie. I think it was like that movie about Tetris or whatever. But they ended up slicking them because the other people was about to be the competition. So they quit developing on a project because they thought they was going in with Nintendo. Nintendo kept developing their shit and dropped their shit. That's how Nintendo, like, if you remember, it like Nintendo dropped, bro. It wasn't nothing comparing to that, bro. Like you said, bro, when Nintendo dropped, that changed the game for everything, bro. You know what I'm saying? And so that's kind of why, because they was like dirty, but you know, I appreciate it. I love Nintendo. But yeah, they done some dirty shit to jump it off like that. You know what I'm saying? When you look back at the history, you got to go back and look into Nintendo history. You'll find it on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Look it up on YouTube. And plus the movie Tetris or whatever, it alludes to it a little bit too, or whatever.
Yeah, I root for Nintendo so much, man, because of the nostalgia of it. Every time they came out with this one system, man, they don't even know how good this shit was, yo. See, Nintendo don't even care about how good something is. Man, they came out with after the Wii, they came out with a game called the Wii U, right? Now, the Wii U, man, the controller was out of this fucking world, yo. It had a fucking iPad on a fucking controller. So you could turn the game off and keep playing the game on a fucking controller. Shit, man, it was certain things you can do on a controller in game that because you had the extra screen. I remember I think it was it Black Ops or one of those goddamn Call of Duties, right? That you could actually order different packages, right? Right on the fucking controller, right? And pinpoint where you wanted the bombs and shit to land at because
your score streaks. Yeah, that's crazy.
Man, listen. Nintendo, man, y'all need to stop fucking around,
But for the record, though, Shepard, I look at you in a whole new light now that I know that you know what an Easter egg is, right? Like, I respect you as a gamer. I didn't really, I heard you say you was a gamer before and this, that.
Yeah, because
I know you really a gamer for real. Yeah.
That's actually crazy. Look, man, CK then hooked up on the game and cause she on Twitch, right?
Right.
So that's how you know I be really into it. So I go over there and I watch CK play Twitch. Man, look, Court, I got Xbox, I got PlayStation, I have Steam, I have
man, that's what I hope they bring Steam to console, man. When are they gonna do that? Do you think they do you think they got the capability or what's the
hell
issue?
Yeah. Look, I got a Steam system right now. It's called the Steam Deck, right? Go get yourself one. Do yourself a favor. Go get yourself one.
So now, it helps you put the Steam on console or what? What is it? How does this work?
Check the move. All right, now what the Steam Deck is, you have your Steam library, and it's built-in. Is actually a PC, right? It's a PC, but it's a handheld PC.
Okay.
just look it up. You're gonna be like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I'm mad you ain't never heard of it before. You know what I mean? The Steam Deck, right?
No, I
But it's
never heard of it.
actually, man, it's crazy. So all my Steam games, right, is on there. My Steam. So if you're not in the PC, but you want to get in the PC, and you still used to dealing with a controller, then you can do all of that on the Steam Deck. And if you don't want to use it like as a handheld, if you got a monitor, you just plug it right into a monitor, and it becomes just a console. And you
Basically
can
a
use
console,
any
yeah.
controller. You can use any controller you want. So if you want to hook your PlayStation controller to it, or your Xbox controller, you could do that. You dig what I'm saying? And like I said, it's a PC, so you could do computing on it if you want to. You dig? You could hook a mouse and a keyboard to it and get some motherfucking work done. So it's dope as shit, yo. It's dope. It's dope.
Yeah. I see my man Desmond says Steam has its own console, basically. So.
Yeah, the Steam Deck. Yeah, I got one of them. Soon as my daughter seen it, she said I want it. You dig what I'm saying? Cause she seen me.
I love the Xbox, man. Right now, I'm just, you know what I mean. I like my Xbox thing, but
but hold on.
I do gotta get. I am gonna get that because I want to play zombies games. You know, they make the maps on Steam. You know what I'm saying?
But this how dope it is. I ain't even tell you everything about it, right? Now, on that motherfucker, right? What you can do is I got my Xbox, what's this shit called? My Game Pass. I got my Game Pass on that motherfucker. So all
you
my
got your
games
Xbox Game Pass on Steam? Oh, okay. On the Steam console? Okay.
Yeah, so listen, I take the motherfucker to work with me because it's a handheld. When I got downtime, I just sit right there and pull out my Steam Deck and play motherfucking wherever I want to play on the Xbox. You know what I mean? That's on Game Pass.
Yeah.
So man, listen, I'm telling you, man, it's dope. It's dope.
I ain't been up on my technology lately anyway. My technology is low. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna get up on my get back. I got pretty much damn near everything as far as technology goes, but I ain't been looking at the new shit. You know what I'm saying? I ain't been looking at new shit or whatever. I still I ain't even got. I got, nobody bought the didn't nobody really buy the Xbox One X. You know what I'm saying? So I got that one too. You know what I mean? So I still play it, and it was like when it dropped, that was the most powerful console out, right? And that mug is still, it's heavy. That's a bad boy, man. It looked better than the new one. I don't like the way that new one looked.
The new one, they trying to make it look like a gaming PC.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? They going for gaming PC. But check it out. On your iPad, right? I use my iPad too. I got my my Game Pass on my motherfucking iPad. So all I gotta do, if I go to work and I got the big 12.9 inch iPad, I just set that motherfucker up, grab my Xbox controller, you dig what I'm saying? Hit the Game Pass, you know what I mean? Go on there and get, so you can use your iPad, you know what I mean, on the go. Just throw your motherfucking
my controller in my
controller in
headphones.
your book bag, and you can go ahead and rock out. You feel me?
Okay, so I got that's why I keep saying. So I'm technologically stupid, bro. I swear. That's why. So I got my Xbox app right on my iPad, right, and it keep telling me every time like I go in there, right, it keep telling me no console. The console is not connected or whatever. But it's like I don't even know what they was talking about because like my game pass is up there because sometimes I be wanting to have the games download like before I get home. You know what I'm saying? So like they already there. Like I just fire up the game and bam, I'm playing. You know what I'm saying? And So I see now what they saying. Why that my console ain't hooked up because I could be playing actually on the iPad. I see what they saying now. Got you.
Yeah,
I need.
listen. I can play anything, anywhere. Like I need shit to be mobile because like
Right,
I be
right.
so busy. I be whenever I get downtime, I be like shit. I could be. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So it's good to have that available. So you gotta use all that technology. Trust me. You gotta use that shit.
Yeah. Because you definitely because you got to get your money's worth out of it. You know what I'm saying? You pay thousands of dollars for this shit. This iPad. I got the iPad Air 5. I think it is. I don't know. The newest Air, but they just came out with the M3 chip though. They finna put that into a.
Yeah.
They finna put that into an iPad. The M3 chip. That's crazy. It's like, boy, what I'm gonna do? Throw this away? What I'm supposed to do? Put this one in the trash or what? You know what I'm saying?
Give it to the kids.
Man, they got that. It's another thing. It's like all the kids got iPads. All of them got. My 2-year-old got an iPad. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Yeah, they getting over on us with this. We got to have one every year. You know what I'm saying? And then they were saying how the phones. I heard somebody saying because United States is taking Apple to court because they be making them phones die and shit. You know what I mean? Like you buy a phone. Let's say you bought your iPhone 15 or whatever you got, and in 2 years that motherfucker Pro is gonna be going downhill from there. You know what I'm saying? Is so they found out that they make their phones die. You know what I'm saying? Like that. And so they going to court, and plus I don't like it. I want them to leave Apple alone because they also taking them to court because they kind of cornered the market, right? And where they don't make they shit compatible with other people's shit. So like when you I didn't know that if that was that disturbing to people, but when you text from iPhone to Android, right? You get the green when it's an Android. I don't know. Is it green on their side too when we text them? When Apple people text, yeah. So like
I don't know too many people with Android. I don't really talk to them like that.
Yeah, me neither. I don't know that many. My dad got an Android, and the thing is, like, I don't text him at all. Like, I only call him. Like the dude be sending me pictures, and then that's the thing. This is why this is crazy. This is why they getting sued, right? For exactly the reason I don't like texting and like sending pictures to my dad, because like when he send me pictures, bro, they be the worst. They like the pics. It's like, bro, what kind of camera you got? You know what I'm saying? But they said that Apple doing that shit on purpose. You know what I'm saying? They making it not come through clear. You know.
So you won't go buy an Android phone because you like, man, that shit horrible.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, man, why would y'all use that phone? That I can't understand why people is using these.
That's why,
So,
Chief-X, if you listening, that's why I be having a hard time responding to your text because that shit be coming back as green. I don't like that shit.
And obviously that bothers people. I didn't realize that because it don't, the green part don't bother me. It's just like when you're trying to share like pictures and like video, like when my dad be like, did you see this YouTube video? Why don't you watch? I never watch it, right? Because his pictures and shit be fucked up. So I be like his videos, this video. Like, it's crazy, bro. I don't know what it is, bro. Like, they got a way to make the YouTube video look fucked up, bro. From when you watch, you know how we be sharing YouTube videos and shit. Like, Apple is doing something to make it like when they share it with you, it don't look good, bro. It's wild shit. But anyway, they suing for that. Like, but the thing is, right? I like that. You know what I'm saying? For some reason, like it just I don't know why, but I like it. You know what I'm saying? And then plus, like, they not, a lot of their stuff ain't compatible with the other, the other operating systems, right? So that's what helps them keep from being getting viruses and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? It ain't as open as everything else. They on like a closed system. You know what I'm saying?
That's good.
So yeah, then I'm like, well, leave them alone then. We don't want to be on no system with everybody else. Everybody got viruses and shit every other day. You know what I mean? That's why Norton and all these motherfuckers making money off of you. Shit. How much is a Norton bill? Shit, per month. I remember when I had a HP or whatever. And yeah, my wife got an HP right now. She ain't no way she ain't paying a Norton bill. If not, everybody got all her business. You know what I'm saying? By now.
Yeah, I'm about to switch back over to the computer.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but that's funny though. That's actually going on right now. I think next week they're gonna be trying to do a hearing on that in Congress or whatever. So I want to see how that go. But yeah, it cracks me up that they do that shit on purpose. They make the damn pictures come through fucked up. That shit is dirty. I like I said though, I appreciate it because I'm one who likes exclusivity, right? I like the things that I choose to be kind of exclusive, or to give me the illusion. Just give me the illusion of exclusivity, and you got me. You done sold me. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, not everybody's doing this, or not everybody has one of these. If you could make me believe that, you can probably get your product sold to me. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the kind of guy I am. But anyway, you back, Chef, or you still switching over, bro? Still switching over. But yeah, Chef took me down memory lane, man. Chef took me down memory lane with the video game thing. That was a real good trip. I enjoyed that. Like I said, I went all the way back to 3rd grade, bro. I remember playing Mike Tyson Punch-Out. Mike Tyson Punch-Out, that was another one, a game changer, like just like Mario 3. They came out right around, I don't know if they, you know what, let me not say when they came out, because I don't know when they came out, but I was playing those. Those was the hottest 2 games at the time. Like Chef said, about 1987, 86, 87, right? Them was the hottest 2 games out. Wasn't nothing hotter than Mike Tyson Punch-Out or Mario 3. I remember a lot of the white kids though, they would be into Zelda. I didn't. Like these days, I could get into that, but I was not attracted to Zelda. And then I see like my friends that was attracted to Zelda, they more towards the PC gaming these days. You know what I'm saying? And I stayed more towards the console, the console gaming or whatever. So I wonder if Zelda kind of pushes you towards, PC gaming more so. Because, where they would play like a Zelda, I would do like a Contra type thing. You know what I'm saying? Like I would enjoy before I would enjoy a Zelda, I would enjoy Contra. Contra was that was dope. Contra was dope as hell, bro. That's in the top 5. I wonder if Chef remembers Skate or Die. That was a bad game. Not a lot of my friends, not a lot of my homies had that. And that was another thing, right? You know, once you even got a Nintendo, it wasn't very likely that you was going to be having a whole lot of games. Like your parents was not going to buy you a whole lot of games. See, my thing was, you know, I was kind of raised by my whole family. So it was always like something I could do to get something. Like I could always, you know, if my dad say no, okay, I can ask my grandmother on my mom's side. You know what I'm saying? If she say no, I can ask my grandmother who I live with on my dad's side, right? If she say no, I can even ask my grandfather, right? Either one of the two. Like it was always somebody, you know. And then my aunts always, you know, they always kind of like kind of tried to look out for me, you know what I'm saying? So it was a number of that. But I say that to say it, like you said, your parents was not buying a whole lot of games, and like so when you choose your games, right, you have to choose very, very wisely, and you know you got to choose a game that's going to be replayable per se, right? And but I remember I had Skate or Die. Skate or Die, man, that was a killer game, and not a lot of people. I believe like I don't remember anybody having that game other than me. Skate or Die, and I now mind you, I had uncles that was young. You know, I had uncles, you know, on my mom's side that was just a little older than me. Like, so, you know, when I'm 8 years old, I got uncles that's like 13, you know, on my mom's side. So, like, my grandmother would get them those games and shit. And a lot of times they just wouldn't like them. And then that's how I would get some of those, you know what I mean? Like Skate or Die, yeah, I just kind of like stole that from my uncle, basically. Like he wouldn't have known that came up missing because that wasn't what, you know, I remember they was into when I was in the Skate or Die, he was playing Paperboy. He had got this game called Paperboy. Paperboy was a good game too, man. It was a whole lot of good games, man, back in the day. It was a whole lot of good games. Yeah, but Paperboy, it says, LOL, I remember Skate or Die. My name is Tika. Tika, you remember, man, Skate or Die? That was up there. Tell me that wasn't in the, like, you had, to me, my top 3 back then would have been Mario 3, Mike Tyson Punch Out, right? I think I'm going to have to throw Skate or Die. No, I'm going to slide Contra in. I'm going to put Contra in at number 3 for me, right? But Skate or Die come in, yeah. Skate or Die is at least in the top 5. Said Breezy say Paperboy was fire. Yeah, Paperboy was the shit. Paperboy was my uncle and them. You know, like I said, he was a few years older than me, but they was on that Paperboy. They love Paperboy. You know what I'm saying? And he had Skate or Die, but like I don't know why he didn't get into it, but maybe he didn't have a chance to get into it like he wanted to because I had already stole it from him. You know what I'm saying? He was spoiled. You know, he was the youngest out of my mom's brothers and sisters, right? So, you know, and then my grandfather was, he was in the industry, in the blah, 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 energy industry, right? So he worked for an energy corporation. So yeah, he was yeah, my uncle on my mom's side was spoiled as hell, bro. He used to get everything. Bro, I remember um man, I'm just going down memory lane crazy that so y'all excuse me. But I remember, bro, this dude, it was now if you had like a starter coat back in the days, bro, like that was the shit. A starter pullover was the shit, bro, right? This dude had a Raiders, right? And then now he got a Raiders like for his birthday or something. Maybe it wasn't even, maybe it was just because that's what he wanted. I don't know why he got the Raiders jacket, whatever. But then like later on, like we would because we used to watch video, you watch your MTV raps, right? So you pretty much want what they wearing on your MTV rap, right? And somebody had on like a King's jacket, bro. And man, he told my grandmother, yeah, I want a King's jacket, man. The next weekend I came over there. I went back to my grandma. This nigga, she had bought this nigga a King's jacket. So he had a Raiders and a King. Like this nigga was spoiled, unreasonably spoiled, bro. You know what I mean? Like crazy. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I remember that just, you know, thinking about how spoiled my uncle was, like that was one of the highlights to me. Like, damn, this nigga get anything he want. You know what I'm saying? Like I couldn't, I wasn't even close to getting no shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, anyway, yeah, that like I said, those games, them was the shit. Them was the shit. Yeah, coats and hats. Donnie, what's up, Donnie? Yeah, the hats. I think he had, yeah. Like my grandmother, like she ain't gonna, she likely bought him like a skull cap with the, you know what I'm saying? And some shoe, like I'm telling you, like this nigga he was living like anything he saw he wanted he got pretty much like the shit that was on the videos on Yo MTV Raps, bro. This nigga was wearing that to school. You know what I'm saying? Like this nigga was like the Will Smith type motherfucker. Like every Jordan, like this nigga be having like all the Nikes, all the Jordans, like, and he was like, like when it came to like the clothes and shoes, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't nothing I could do to like steal his clothes and shoes because his feet and he was way older than me, so he was bigger than me. You know what I mean? But had I been his size, bro, oh man, I would have had all that shit, bro. Yeah, but yeah, I appreciate Chef for taking me down memory lane there. Definitely. I don't know, man. Let me see what time it is. It's getting pretty late, man. It's getting pretty late. Uh, I'm gonna put the link in there one more time, see if somebody might want to come on and say something. But I'm running out of steam. No pun intended, huh? We talking video games and shit, huh? Steamed. I'm running out of steam. You know what I'm saying? Starter, yeah, definitely starter. But like, that King's jacket, right? I don't know. I think it was a starter, but it was like in that triple fat goose style, like you know what I'm saying. It wasn't the pullover style, you know what I'm saying. So he had the Raiders pullover, and then he had the triple fat goose, but it was the Kings type. It was the Kings. I think Starter did make those type of like the down feather. I think that was a starter. I ain't 100% positive, but I believe Starter was the only one that could put like a football team on their coat at that time. They was the only ones licensed to do that at that time. Maybe, I don't know, but I ain't seen that. Yeah. Yes, Chef said he was coming back. Jesus said the same thing. Now, I'm not gonna wait on Shepard as long as my grandmother waited on Jesus, though. Y'all crazy, bro. Y'all is a wild crowd, bro.
They definitely is.
only this crowd.
They definitely is. They crazy. They in that Discord, man. They said they want us to jump in that Discord. We're gonna jump in the Discord.
I've been in the Discord. I came in what was it, yesterday? I believe yesterday was my first day, or the day before. I've been in there.
Yeah, we got some different characters in there. So that's dope.
It's different than YouTube a little bit, huh?
Yeah, it's a couple in there that's been making it real interesting. So I've been checking it out, man. If y'all ain't in the Discord, I'ma drop it again, and we about to get out of here. We ain't really had no show tonight. I was just going live because I ain't want to stop the little momentum that we had built up again, Corey. So I said, let me go ahead.
Yeah, no, you definitely gotta be hitting that. But anytime you can, I know life is life, man. You gotta do that first. You know what I mean?
Yeah. A lot of times I just be being lazy. I ain't gonna lie. You dig what I'm saying?
Because you gotta sometimes lazy is prescribed, right? I mean, it's necessary. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's it.
But let me ask you, Chef, did you have a starter's jacket?
Hell yeah, I had a starter's jacket. I had a what's that? Oakland Raiders.
You had a Raider. Everybody had I didn't have a Raider. I had a see, my dad was cheap. So what would, like, you could get so when you go to finish line, so back in the days, right, to get one of them starters, you was going to the mall to finish line. That was basically, in my town, that's where you had to go to get the starter. So you would have on the hangers, they would be up on the hangers, and you would have your Raiders, and, your Kings, and all those different teams, right? But what would be like, it would always be a sale, like on like Notre Dame shit, right? Notre Dame and like Indiana Pacers, right? So I had a Notre Dame pullover, right? You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know, for some reason they cheaper in maybe they just got a whole bunch of them nobody was ever gonna wear. Like in Baltimore, y'all wasn't gonna wear a Notre Dame pullover. So maybe that's probably why, you know what I'm saying? Like there was the only place they could sell it was here, you know what I'm saying? So maybe that
No, Notre Dame was big here. On our college shit, right? You had people rocking the Notre Dame, the usual Duke, Notre Dame, Georgetown Hoya.
It was huge, like other than Raiders, what was huge around here, it was UCLA.
Yeah, we had the UCLA because the colors, the light blue. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it was Georgetown
and North
Hoyas.
Carolina.
Yeah,
North Carolina was big too.
The Hoyas was always big here. With the Bulldog. So
what team had the guy with the shotgun? That was big. Like niggas love that too. Like all the dope boys had that one. Like it was a cowboy. He had like a shotgun. I don't think they might have changed their emblem now, whatever team that was, bro. Man.
Yeah, they
in the
got...
chat. Y'all know. Y'all good in the chat. Y'all be knowing shit in the chat. They've been knowing shit all night. It's like a cowboy, he's standing, he got a shotgun. Like the dope boys, like that's how you knew in my town, like that's how you knew you was a dope boy. Like if you had one like that.
Who's that?
Or
The Running Rebels?
The Kings.
Is that the Running Rebels? What team is that? Yeah, but yeah, we went through the starter jacket phase here. Like I said, I remember having the Oakland Raiders. Cause like in that time,
I wanted one.
Yeah, in that time we was heavily influenced by NWA.
Yeah,
You dig what I'm
definitely.
saying?
That's why
So-
I wanted one.
Mhm.
And like before you had came back on, I was telling the story how my uncle, this nigga had a Oakland Raiders pullover, but then he had like a Kings like a down feather like coat. You know what I'm saying? With the hood and all that. Like he had a Kings. Like my grand, like this nigga was spoiled. My uncle, he's the youngest one out of my mom's brothers and sisters. Like he the youngest one. So yeah, this nigga was spoiled. Like he had it. I could like I said, I didn't even have a Raiders. I had a Notre Dame. But then like when I got in because I was in elementary, I think I had the Notre Dame pullover. But once I got like to middle school, I ended up getting the 49ers. The 49ers was my shit, dude. I liked I liked the 49ers back then. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I had a 49ers jacket pullover too. But I ended up having to earn that one somehow. You know what I'm saying? He said, so Jody Breeze said, I had Payless Shaqs. No, Shaq didn't know. You did. Shaqs, them was $200, I think, back in the day. Them Reeboks, them was shit. They had some. I remember one of my homies had a pair of them Shaqs, them Reeboks. My dad wouldn't, and that was another thing. Like he would only buy he would only buy shit that he liked. Like I couldn't like select my own shit. So like, so like he ain't like them Shaqs. Like I remember because he wouldn't buy nothing but like Nikes and shit. Like if it wasn't Nike, like he just wasn't paying for that. I remember when Reebok pumps came out and I wanted them so bad, bro. I wanted a pair. He was like, no, I ain't spending my money on no shit like that. Like he told me straight
That's
like
crazy.
that. And it was like, no. But like he didn't like he would buy me Jordans and shit every now and then, but like shit like that, like Reebok pumps and shit, like no, he gonna like no, I'm not buying no shit like
I'm
that.
not buying no sissy. I'm not buying that sissy shit.
So it was a lot of shit like that I wanted that I just he's like, hell nah, bro. You ain't getting no shit like that, bro. That shit, my money come too hard, motherfucker. Right. I gotta listen to a lecture, goddamn it.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. All right, I'm about to get on up out of here. They ain't fucking with us. I'm going in the Discord. Corey, we did it. I don't know how we did it. We made a show out of nothing. So
out of nothing. Nintendo, baby. Peace. Shout out to Nintendo, man.
Peace.
Shout out.
Peace. We in the Discord, y'all.
Peace.
Peace. Boom. That was the Discord. What's the name? Bam. Y'all click it. We ain't even had no show. But we went live anyway and we made something happen. Y'all ain't let me play my Spider-Man. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to finish playing my Spider-Man. I might jump in. I might start up something in the Discord. Right? I'm going to see if I can start up something in the Discord. All right, y'all. We out. Hold on. Let me see. All right, y'all, we out. I'm about to we'll go over here to the Discord. Tomorrow we're gonna do a show. I'm gonna have something planned. I'm gonna put something together. I only gotta work a couple hours tomorrow. So by the end of the day, peace, Tika. By the end of the day, probably around about 7 o'clock, I should have a nice show planned out for us. So y'all come back tomorrow, kick it with us. Subscribe if you ain't subscribed. Hit the like button if you didn't hit the like button. And join the Discord if you didn't join the Discord. And remember, all shows, replay value is everything. Watch them over. Comment in the chat after the show is posted. We need that. We don't need your cash apps. We need your viewership and your comments. With that being said, jump in that Discord. We out.